The islands are quiet under the star-streaked night sky, a calmness broken only by the soft whispers of the waves lapping against the shores. But in that darkness, in the whisper of the breeze and the glimmering shadows, old stories stir to life. They say the air here carries stories that no one wrote down, tales held only by memory, passed from one generation to the next like an invisible heirloom. These stories, tales of creatures that lurk in the sea, spirits that hide in the forests, beings so fierce they inspire awe and fear, are woven into the fabric of Maldivian life. In the Maldives, mythology isn't just a set of old, dusty tales. It is alive, pulsing like a heartbeat, always there just below the surface of everyday life. These mythical creatures don't live only in distant stories, they inhabit the world around every Maldivian, present in the waves, the wind, and the woods. Legends say that spirits walk on the beaches at dusk and that creatures of the sea have minds and souls all their own. There are the jinn, beings that possess knowledge and power beyond human understanding, rumored to reside in remote corners of islands or beneath the dark ocean. These beings are said to be neither human nor spirit, occupying a space in between, always watching. For some, the sight of shimmering lights on the ocean's surface at night isn't just a trick of the moon but a reminder that there is more to this world than what the eyes can see. In the Maldives, people grew up hearing these stories told in low voices, just as the sun sets, shadows lengthen, and the light softens. Grandparents, uncles, and aunts would gather children close, their eyes glinting with both mischief and wisdom. Tales of the Bakura, a great sea serpent that would emerge from the depths on stormy nights, would make the children's eyes widen with terror and wonder. They would shiver at tales of the Devi, a spirit believed to appear as a beautiful woman to lure unsuspecting travelers, who would vanish, never to be seen again. These were not just tales to entertain or frighten, they were woven with lessons about respecting the unknown, showing reverence for nature, and holding off for forces beyond human understanding. The elders say that a person should never wander alone on the beach at night, that some areas of the islands are forbidden, and that the sea must always be treated with respect. These creatures are not seen as bad or good but as beings that demand respect. To many, the sea is not just a body of water, but a living, breathing world with a mind and a will of its own. And for islanders whose lives have always been so entwined with the ocean, the line between myth and reality feels thin, as if the creatures might appear at any moment, just beyond the horizon or under the shimmering surface of the water. Unlike written stories that sit still on a page, the stories of the Maldives move. These tales flow through the islands like the currents through coral reefs. They are carried on the voices of the people, in whispered warnings and hushed awe. No one knows exactly how old these stories are, but that doesn't seem to matter. The people of the Maldives don't need books to remember, the stories are part of who they are. Each island, each community has its own version, slightly changed from the one told by a neighboring atoll. It's as if the stories breathe, shaped by the voices that tell them. This tradition of passing stories by word of mouth is sacred. Stories told in voices that quiver with feeling have a life that can't be captured on paper. A father might pause in his work, turn to his son, and tell him of the mahu, a creature who dwells in the waters, part fish and part man. It is said that the mahu has eyes that shine with the light of the moon and that he only shows himself to those he deems worthy. In the son's mind, the creature becomes real, and he'll remember the tale long after his father is gone. Later, he'll share it with his own children, a piece of his father's voice hidden within his own. This way of storytelling isn't just a method, it is a connection. It binds the young and the old, uniting them across generations. And unlike words on a page, these stories shift and change, shaped by each teller's tone, each listener's imagination. The creatures, the spirits, and the legends of the Maldives are never frozen, they live and breathe, changing just as the islands themselves change with each passing tide. It is often said that the legends offer wisdom and guidance as much as they offer fright and thrill. Young Maldivians grow up hearing these stories not just to pass the time, but to learn values, warnings, and traditions that carry a weight as deep as the ocean. If you ask a Maldivian about the manta ray legend, you may hear more than just a tale of a large, graceful creature gliding beneath the waves. The manta ray is seen as a guardian of the coral reefs, a symbol of patience, strength, and endurance. To harm a manta is not only a transgression against nature but against the very spirits who protect the islands. Some stories teach caution, others reverence, and a few even remind people of their own smallness in the vastness of nature. In the tales of the Naga, the sea dragon, the people are reminded of forces beyond human control. If a storm suddenly darkens the sky, many recall stories of the Naga, who was known to be both vengeful and protective. If respected, he might bring calm waters; if angered, he could churn the ocean in fury. Even today, people feel the need to be respectful and cautious, understanding that they are but one part of a vast, mysterious world. Though the Maldives has changed over centuries, moving from fishing boats to resorts, and from simple island homes to modernized buildings, these stories endure. They live within the hearts and minds of the people, as steadfast as the coral reefs and as ageless as the ocean. Each myth, each legend, is like a thread woven into the fabric of daily life, inseparable from the identity of the people. It's true that there are no written documents, no ancient texts that record these creatures in ink. The stories are not captured in books or stone, they are held in memory and heart. And as long as the people of the Maldives remember these tales, as long as they whisper of the Jinn, the Mahu, and the Devi, these creatures will continue to exist, just as real as the tides that shape the shores of their island home. On still nights, when the waves whisper against the shore and the sky above is endless and star-streaked, a quiet power surrounds the Maldives. The sea is more than water to the islanders. To them, it's a world with its own soul, a place alive with mystery, beauty, and danger. Many grew up fearing the sea as much as they loved it, sensing that beneath the gentle waves lay secrets too old to name. Fishermen speak of the ocean with respect, sometimes even reverence, as if they know what lies beneath can be both a friend and a force to be feared. This powerful bond between the Maldivians and the sea is woven into nearly every aspect of their lives. Since ancient times, parents have warned their children to be careful with the ocean, to never turn their backs on it, and to respect its depths. Even the youngest children know the tales of the mythical beings that guard the waters, their eyes widening in awe and a touch of fear. These aren't just bedtime stories, they are part of what keeps the islands safe, a silent pact between the people and the ocean's guardians. There is a story of the great serpent known as Bakura, a creature said to lurk in the deepest parts of the ocean. Bakura is not like other sea creatures. It is said to be massive, with scales that shimmer like 1,000 tiny mirrors in the sun. Some say its eyes glow in the dark, twin beacons watching over the night seas. Those who have claimed to see it say that Bakura only shows itself to those who are disrespectful to the ocean or those who do not heed the warnings of the elders. For generations, this story has kept children and adults alike from taking the sea for granted, a reminder that the ocean's beauty has sharp teeth. Another being feared by the islanders is the terrifying Kandufulhai, a creature known to appear in violent storms. Kandufulhai is said to rise from the water like a shadow, its body invisible except for its fierce, glowing eyes that pierce through the darkness. When Kandufulhai appears, it's a sign of danger, and the islanders know to run to safety. Those who have felt its presence tell of a chill in the air, a coldness that seeps into the skin, as if the creature itself is a part of the storm. In the islands, they say that Kandufulhai cannot be seen, only felt, and that it warns of disasters to come. When the wind howls and the waves grow wild, many believe it's Kandufulhai moving through the waters, restless and fierce. But the ocean's creatures are not all beings of terror. Some are gentle protectors, like the fabled Kanba, a spirit of the water who is said to watch over those who respect the sea. Kanba is described as a figure who moves with the waves, guiding fishermen and protecting the young and the vulnerable. Many Maldivians have spoken of moments when they felt Kanba's presence, like a soft touch on the shoulder or a warm glow in the water on the darkest nights. For generations, families have left small offerings on the shores, tokens of gratitude to Kanba, thanking the spirit for safe journeys and calm seas. One of the most beloved tales is that of the Rithi Dandakalhu, the beautiful golden fish. This creature is not large or intimidating but is said to bring good luck to those who catch a glimpse of it. The Rithidandacalhu is small, with scales that shimmer like gold in the sun. Many fishermen tell of seeing a flash of gold just before a bountiful catch or a safe return after a storm. To the people, it's a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the vastness of the sea, there are signs of good fortune. They say that if you ever see the golden fish, you should close your eyes, make a wish, and trust that the ocean will hear you. The sea in Maldivian folklore isn't just water, it is a powerful, almost mystical force that holds both protection and peril. There are times when the ocean seems calm and friendly, but even in its gentlest state, the Maldivians know that it holds its own rules. They know that disrespecting the ocean can lead to disaster, that its creatures, both real and mythical, guard its depths with a silent watchfulness. The stories are full of these beings, some fierce, some gentle, some mysterious beyond description, all of whom keep the balance between the world of the islands and the endless waters that surround them. The sea also brings creatures whose beauty can deceive. Stories warn of the Devi Hura, a mermaid-like figure who appears as a beautiful woman, luring sailors close only to vanish into the waves, leaving them lost and stranded. Her song is said to be so haunting that even the strongest men cannot resist. Many who claim to have seen Devi Hura say she wears jewels of shells and pearls, her hair flowing like seaweed, her skin pale as moonlight. But when they reach out to touch her, she disappears like mist, leaving only the vast emptiness of the ocean. To those who have seen her, Devi Hura is both a wonder and a warning. Not everything beautiful is safe. It's stories like these that fill the Maldivian nights, told around fires or whispered on calm evenings by the shore. For some, they are tales meant to keep the young ones from wandering too far, but for many, these creatures are as real as the fish and birds. They are reminders of the mysteries that lie beyond human understanding, of the thin line between the known and the unknown. Each tale carries an unspoken message that no one is truly alone in the vastness of the ocean, and that the sea, with all its power, has a life and mind all its own. When a storm rises suddenly, or when the waves grow unexpectedly high, many Maldivians feel that these creatures are watching. They remember the tales and the warnings, a humbling reminder of forces beyond their control. The ocean is beautiful, generous even, but it demands respect, and the creatures within it, both seen and unseen, guard its secrets fiercely. To ignore these tales, to take the ocean lightly, is to risk angering forces that have been here far longer than any human. In a world that has seen so much change, these stories remain. They are whispered with the same reverence, shared with the same shiver of awe and fear. Even as modern life touches the Maldives, these creatures continue to live in the minds and hearts of the people. The fishermen, the elders, the children, they all hold a quiet understanding of the sea's power, an understanding that goes beyond the tides and currents. For every Maldivian who has set foot in the water, who has gazed out at the endless horizon, there is a sense of connection, a quiet knowledge that they are never alone. The creatures of the sea are always there, hidden but felt, like the silent heartbeat of the ocean itself. In the Maldives, every word carries a pulse, a beat of its own that connects people not only to one another but to their ancestors, to the land, and to the spirits that linger between. The Divahai language is not just a tool for speaking, it is a way of feeling, a bridge to the past and to all that is unseen. Every family has words and expressions that call upon something older, something mysterious, words that, when spoken aloud, bring an instant hush, a silent understanding of something far beyond everyday life. In these words, ancient stories live. Through them, the spirits, the legends, and the mythical beings that have haunted the Maldivian islands for centuries rise again. In Divahai, certain words seem to come alive in the mouth, rolling with a sense of magic and mystery, like Furetha and Jinn, spirits that inhabit the world of both the living and the dead. To speak these words is to awaken their presence, and even today, people do so with both care and respect. Children are taught never to speak of certain spirits after nightfall, for fear they might actually come. The language itself holds them back, gives them power, and keeps them at bay all at once. To those who understand Divahai, these words carry weight. They are words of respect, reverence, and, sometimes, words of warning. The word Furetha whispers of spirits that wander, souls who have not found peace. Parents and elders say it carefully, watching the edges of the shadows, as if the sound itself could invite a spirit to linger nearby. To the Divahai people, these spirits are not simply ideas or figments of imagination. They are present, often silent, but always watching. Furetha can appear to guide or to guard, but they can also appear as a reminder to treat the world and its inhabitants with care. People tell of feeling a cold breeze on a warm night or hearing faint footsteps on the sand when no one is near. They say it's the Furetha, spirits passing, leaving a gentle reminder that this world is shared by both the living and the unseen. Another word that holds a sense of both dread and respect is Dandikala, a type of enchantment or spell. Maldivians use this word with both caution and fascination, for Dandikala is believed to be a way of invoking powers that are beyond human control. Stories of Dandikala are often whispered on quiet nights, recounting how villagers once turned to these spells for protection, or, sometimes, for revenge. The people believe that words themselves carry power, and to speak Dandikala aloud is to brush up against forces that live just beyond the ordinary. Some say they can still feel the presence of these old powers in certain places, particularly on nights when the wind is strangely still and the air thick with a quiet, unsettling tension. The word Ru is another such term, a simple sound that carries an otherworldly significance. Ru are spirits of the water, seen as gentle yet fierce, and always to be treated with reverence. Fishers, especially, understand this word in a way few others can. They have felt the Ru's protection when the waters were calm, and they have felt their anger when storms came suddenly, without warning. There is a ritual among some fishermen to whisper words of thanks to the Ru after a successful catch, their voices low, almost swallowed by the sound of the waves. They know these spirits do not belong to the land, that they are creatures of the depths, guardians of the sea. And so, as they unload their nets, they speak to them, a gesture of respect from those who take to those who give. In the villages, families still keep practices that are meant to honor or even ward off these mythical beings. At dusk, mothers sweep their homes carefully, for it is said that spirits pass most often at night. Before the family goes to bed, some homes light an oil lamp at their door, a small flame meant to guide the spirits on their way and protect the household from unwanted visitors. For those who still follow these customs, the flame is more than a light. It is a promise to the spirits, a sign that says, "I see you, I respect you, but please, pass us by." On certain nights, people will hear drums echoing in the distance, and the villagers know that the traditional dance of the Badubaru has begun. The Badubaru, with its hypnotic, steady beat, calls to the spirits of the ancestors, celebrating their presence while paying respect. The dancers move with powerful, sweeping motions, almost as if they're reaching out to something unseen. To watch this dance is to feel as if time itself slows, as if the past and the present blend together. People say that in these moments, the spirits come close, that they join the dancers, blending their energies in a timeless rhythm that speaks to every heart watching. Elders sometimes tell the tale of the jinn, spirits who are neither good nor evil, but powerful beings who demand respect. The jinn can be protective, but they can also be frightening. They are often found at places where the natural world seems different, perhaps a large tree with twisted roots or a quiet pool that never seems to ripple. These spots are treated with caution, and the people believe that each place holds a jinn who guards it. A simple act of respect, such as leaving a small offering of food or water, is enough to keep the jinn content, to show that they are valued guardians of the land. To walk by such a place without acknowledging the jinn is unthinkable, almost an insult. Even the Divahai names for certain places hint at these spirits and legends. Some atolls and islands bear names that sound like whispers, names that call to mind the spirits that are believed to dwell there. People use these names with care, always aware that saying them calls forth more than a location. The names themselves are bridges, connecting the people to their ancestors and the beings that have watched over them for centuries. For every island, every atoll, the name holds meaning, as if the very land and water remember each spirit and each tale. Every Divahai word and custom connects the people to these ancient stories, stories that have become a part of daily life. To speak Divahai is to walk in two worlds, the world of the seen and the world of the unseen. To hear these words is to feel a presence, a closeness to things long past and beings that may never fully disappear. Even today, with so much change and progress, these words remain. They carry old wisdom, reminders that the past is never gone, that the spirits of the Divahai language live on in every whispered story and every shared fear. The people of the Maldives hold this language close, not only for the beauty of its sound, but for the life it breathes into all they cannot see. Through these words, the spirits and legends of the Maldives do not fade. They live on, watching, listening, and waiting, as they always have, quietly present in each Divahai word spoken, each myth shared, and each tradition upheld. They say the ocean holds things darker and older than any island, and if you listen on a quiet night, you might just feel it. Beneath the waves, deeper than the eye can see, there is something enormous, something that waits. In the Maldives, whispers of Bakuru have traveled from one generation to the next, like secrets too terrifying to keep silent. Bakuru is the great serpent of the sea, a creature so vast and ancient that even the oldest fishermen speak of it with a shiver. To many, Bakuru is more than a tale, it is a reminder that the ocean is powerful, that it has a life and will of its own. Bakuru is said to be as long as the island's horizon, a shadow that moves through the waters as if it's part of them. Its scales, they say, are unlike any creature's scales, slick and dark, but when the moonlight hits them, they shimmer like a trail of silver dust across the surface of the water. People describe its body as thick as an ancient tree trunk, coiling and uncoiling in waves, powerful enough to cause tremors felt on the shore. Its head is unlike any ordinary serpent's, wide and fearsome, with eyes as dark as the deep ocean, eyes that seem to hold centuries of hidden knowledge and mystery. Those who have claimed to see it say that Bakuru's gaze feels like it can pierce through a person, seeing into the soul itself. On stormy nights, some have whispered of seeing Bakuru's shape rise in the distance, a massive shadow against the lightning-filled sky. They say the creature emerges when the sea is at its most violent, as if it is drawn to the fury of the storm. On those nights, the waves rise higher than ever, crashing with a force that rattles windows and shakes even the bravest souls. People who have been caught at sea during these storms speak of feeling something beneath their boats, something moving slowly but with a terrifying, unmistakable presence. The bravest among them dare not look over the side, for they know that what they feel could only be the Bakuru, passing silently under them, giving them a single, frightening taste of the unknown. There is an old story of a young fisherman who once ventured too far out to sea, unaware of the storm creeping in. He had been busy with his nets when he noticed the waves around him changing, the water growing restless. He looked out over the darkening waters and, in the distance, saw something strange, a ripple that did not belong to the waves. As he watched, the shape grew larger, and he realized that he was looking at a creature so immense, so impossible, that his heart froze. It was Bakuru. The great serpent moved in slow, steady coils, each shift of its body sending ripples across the sea. The young fisherman could do nothing but stare, spellbound by fear and awe. He said later that he felt Bakuru's gaze settle on him, a weight that pressed down on him, making him feel small, like a single drop in the endless ocean. Another story tells of an old woman who, as a young girl, was sitting on the shore one evening with her grandmother. The night was calm, the waves gentle, and she remembers her grandmother telling her to stay quiet, to listen to the ocean's breath. As she sat in silence, she suddenly noticed something, a glint on the water, a shape moving slowly, purposefully, just beyond the shore. Her grandmother whispered, "Bakuru." The girl watched, eyes wide, as the creature's massive body rose and sank, as if dancing with the sea itself. Her grandmother held her close, whispering a quiet chant of respect, teaching her that Bakuru is not to be feared, but to be respected. The girl never forgot that night, never forgot the chill in the air and the way her grandmother's voice trembled with awe. For the Maldivian people, Bakuru is both a threat and a guardian. Some say the serpent is a protector of the islands, a creature that guards the ocean and ensures that humans do not overstep their bounds. In many villages, it is believed that Bakuru can be angered if the ocean is mistreated, if too much is taken without gratitude, or if the waters are disturbed by violence. Fishers, before heading out to sea, sometimes murmur words of respect, a quiet acknowledgement of Bakuru's presence. They know that the ocean is not just water, it has a soul, a spirit that can either provide or take, depending on how it is treated. Others, however, believe Bakuru is a harbinger, a creature that appears only in times of great danger. Elders tell tales of villages that were destroyed after Bakuru was sighted nearby, stories of floods and high waves that seemed to follow its appearance. One story tells of a fisherman who, upon seeing Bakuru, rushed to the village to warn the others. The people did not listen, thinking it was just a myth, an old tale meant to scare children. But that night, the sea rose higher than it ever had before, sweeping away homes and lives, leaving the island scarred and silent. After that night, the villagers remembered to listen, to respect the signs of the ocean and the tales of the old ones. Even today, on nights when the waves seem to tremble and the moonlight casts strange shadows, some people feel the presence of Bakuru. They say you can hear it if you listen closely, a low hum beneath the waves, like the ocean itself breathing. Some claim that Bakuru only shows itself to those who respect the sea, those who understand that they are visitors in a world far older than their own. The young learn from the old to leave a small offering of food or water on the shore, a silent token of respect for the creature that lurks beneath, unseen but always felt. To many Maldivians, Bakuru is not a monster or a mere myth. It is a being that binds them to the ocean, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond what they can see. It teaches them to walk softly, to treat the waters with respect, to remember that they are never alone when they set foot in the sea. Even those who do not believe in the tales feel a certain hush come over them when they speak of Bakuru, a quiet fear and reverence that reaches back through time. The sea serpent Bakuru is more than just a story. It is a presence that lingers in the Maldivian heart, a whisper in the waves, a shadow under the moon. It reminds them that there are forces beyond understanding, creatures that keep watch over the islands and hold their fate in the depths of the ocean. Whether Bakuru is real or not, it has shaped the way the Maldivian people see their world. It has taught them to respect, to remember, and to hold the ocean close, not just as water, but as something with its own life, its own secrets. In the Maldives, it is said that the ocean holds more than just fish and waves. Beneath its shimmering surface, wrapped in the silence of the depths, dwell the jinn, mysterious beings who are neither human nor animal, who watch over the waters and those who dare to cross them. The jinn are believed to have roamed these seas long before the first settlers arrived, guarding the ocean and demanding respect from all who set sail upon it. Fishermen, divers, and sailors have known about these spirits for centuries, passing down their tales and warnings, honoring them with quiet rituals and whispered prayers. To the people of the Maldives, the jinn are not just stories but guardians, forces that protect and punish, who remind them that the ocean is not a place to be taken lightly. There are many types of jinn, each with its own story and purpose, and the Maldivians know them well. Some are known to be gentle protectors, guiding lost fishermen back to shore when storms rise suddenly. Others, though, are more fearsome, appearing when a line has been crossed, when respect has not been shown to the sea. The people believe that the jinn can show kindness, but they can also strike with wrath if angered. When a fisherman returns home safely from a night on rough waters, his family thanks the jinn for their protection, whispering words of gratitude. These spirits of the ocean are not merely tales, they are part of the sea itself, woven into the waves and the currents, present in every ripple and every swell. One of the most famous jinn is Kanba Abo, a protector known throughout the islands. They say that Kanba Abo has watched over the waters for as long as anyone can remember, guiding those in trouble and watching from the shadows. Fishermen often recount tales of feeling a sudden warmth or calm in the water when they least expect it, a sensation they describe as being touched by Kanba Abo. In one village, there's a story of a young boy who was swept away by a strong current. His family feared the worst, but then a local fisherman noticed an odd, glowing light in the water, far from the shore. The fisherman swam toward the light, finding the boy safe and unafraid, as if he had been carefully carried back by unseen hands. Kanba Abo, the fisherman whispered in awe. The boy grew up knowing that the sea had returned him, that Kanba Abo had protected him. Even today, His family leaves a small offering at the shore in thanks, a gesture of respect to the jinn who saved their son. But not all encounters with the jinn bring peace. Some tales speak of the fierce punishment that can come to those who treat the ocean carelessly. One such story is of Bodu Hulhangu, a powerful jinn who is believed to control the storms and waves. People say that Bodu Hulhangu stirs the ocean into fury when humans forget their place, when greed overtakes gratitude. Once, a group of fishermen set out to capture a haul larger than they needed, driven by a desire to sell the fish at high prices. They ignored the older villagers who warned them that taking more than one needs from the sea is a dangerous gamble. As they ventured further, their boat was suddenly surrounded by towering waves, though the sky was clear and the wind was calm. They tried to turn back, but the waves only grew stronger, and soon they found themselves trapped, the boat tossed like a toy in the grasp of an unseen hand. The fishermen understood then, they had angered Bodu Hulhangu, and their only hope was to abandon the catch and pray for mercy. They tossed their nets overboard, letting the fish go, and the waves calmed almost instantly. Trembling, they made it back to shore with empty hands, but hearts filled with awe. From that day, they never took more than they needed, honoring Bodu Hulhangu with a silent prayer each time they entered the ocean. Then there is Dankamana, the jinn of the hidden pools, a creature with a tragic tale that haunts the waters. It is said that Dankamana was once a human woman, betrayed and cast into the ocean by someone she trusted. Her spirit, full of sorrow and vengeance, transformed into a jinn, dwelling in the secret pools of water that lie hidden in the mangroves and rocky coves. She is known to be fiercely protective of these pools, appearing as a shadow or a faint shimmer in the water. Those who enter her pools without showing respect or without offering something in return are often met with an overwhelming sense of dread. Some say they've heard quiet, mournful singing from these pools, a melody that seems to pull them toward the water. Villagers leave flowers by the pools, honoring Dankamana and hoping to soothe her sorrow. They know better than to disturb her resting place, for she is a reminder that the jinn, like the ocean, have a memory that never fades. Even children are taught the importance of honoring the jinn. Parents warn their little ones not to shout or play roughly near the water at night, for it is believed the jinn walk closest to the shore under the cover of darkness. Children are told never to look too long at their own reflection in the water, for they might catch a glimpse of something else, perhaps a jinn looking back at them, curious, unseen, but ever watchful. These lessons are woven into daily life, small gestures of respect passed down from one generation to the next, keeping the connection to the jinn alive. When storms approach, families gather together, and elders whisper blessings for protection, asking the jinn to watch over their homes and loved ones. They believe that the jinn hear these prayers, that the spirits stand guard as the winds rage and the waves crash against the shores. For the Maldivian people, there is a deep sense of gratitude for these spirits, a knowledge that the ocean is both a source of life and a force to be honored. Each ritual, each offering, and each story is a reminder of the guardians who dwell beneath the waves. In the stillness after a storm, when the world feels quiet and renewed, some say they feel the presence of the jinn most strongly. There are whispers of shimmering light seen just under the water's surface, flickering like stars in the depths, as if the jinn themselves are rejoicing in the calm. The Maldivian people say these lights are a sign, a gentle assurance that the jinn are there, that they have seen the offerings, heard the prayers, and accepted them. The jinn of the Maldives are not just myth, they are family, protectors, and sometimes even avengers, woven into the hearts of those who live by the sea. Through these spirits, the Maldivian people understand their place in the world, both small and significant, like the gentle waves that touch the shore and return to the depths. The stories of the jinn echo in every island, and every heartbeat, and in the quiet respect each person holds for the water's edge, knowing that in every drop of the ocean lies a spirit, a guardian, watching over them, unseen but always near. They say there are men beneath the waves, with eyes as deep as the ocean and voices that carry a haunting song. In the Maldives, the stories of the Mahu, or mermen, have haunted and fascinated people for centuries. The Mahu aren't the handsome figures of fairy tales, but beings of ancient beauty and mystery, as wild and vast as the sea itself. Villagers speak of the Mahu with a quiet reverence, for while they appear to be like men, there is something about them that feels timeless, untouched, and fierce. It's said that once you've seen a Mahu, the sea itself feels changed, larger, more alive, as if you've glimpsed a piece of its hidden heart. To those who have seen them, the Mahu are unforgettable. They have sleek, powerful bodies that seem made for the water, with skin that shimmers faintly like scales under the moonlight. Their hair is dark and thick, flowing like seaweed in the water, and their eyes are what most remember. Eyes that hold the depth of the ocean, the storms, the calm, and all the hidden things that lie beneath the waves. People who've come close to them speak of feeling an almost overwhelming pull, a sense that the Mahu see into them, understand something even they don't know about themselves. There's an old tale of a young woman named Nura who encountered a Mahu while collecting shells along the shore one evening. The sky was turning shades of gold and pink, and she was alone, feeling the calm of the setting sun when she noticed something strange in the water, a figure, moving gracefully beneath the surface. She thought it was a large fish at first, maybe a dolphin. But as the figure drew closer, she realized it was a man, or something close to it. His movements were too smooth, his form too perfectly adapted to the water to be human. Nura could only stand frozen as the Mahu rose to the surface, his gaze meeting hers in silence. For what felt like an eternity, he just watched her, his eyes reflecting a sadness, a longing that tugged at her heart. She felt as though he was searching for something in her gaze, perhaps a connection that spanned the boundary between land and sea. And then, as suddenly as he'd appeared, he vanished into the depths, leaving her with a feeling that she'd been touched by something both beautiful and unreachable. Fishermen, too, have their share of stories. For generations, they've told tales of hearing strange, melodic voices while out at sea, voices that float through the mist on quiet nights, pulling at their senses. They say the Mahu sing not for humans, but to the sea itself, as if in a private conversation. Those who hear the song often find themselves transfixed, almost spellbound, unable to look away from the water, as if the voices are inviting them to come closer, to leave the shore behind. Some fishermen have claimed to see flashes of movement just below the water's surface when the singing starts, a shadow here, a glimmer there, as though the Mahu are watching them from the deep, curious and wary. Once, an elder named Rashid, known for his bravery, spoke of an encounter he'd had when he was young. It was a dark, still night, and he was alone on his boat when he heard a voice like no other, a voice full of beauty and sorrow, singing a melody that seemed to reach into his soul. He felt a sudden urge to jump overboard, to follow the voice into the unknown. But something held him back, a sense of awe and respect for the being he couldn't see. The next morning, he returned to shore changed, a quiet reverence in his eyes whenever he spoke of the sea. To this day, he warns the younger fishermen to respect the Mahu, to never follow their voices, for the sea is vast, and the Mahu belong to it in a way no human ever could. The Mahu aren't just seen as mysterious beings, but as protectors of the ocean, guardians of its secrets. There are stories of fishermen lost in storms, adrift for days, who speak of being led to safety by a figure in the water. These men describe a merman with calm eyes, who appears as if out of nowhere, guiding their boats away from danger. They say that when they were too weak to row, he simply swam ahead, leading them to calmer waters, until they reached the safety of a lagoon. The gratitude they feel is profound, a humbling reminder that the ocean is as generous as it is unforgiving, and that the Mahu, in their way, watch over those who show respect. But just as the Mahu can protect, they are also said to punish those who harm the ocean. One well-known tale tells of a group of men who hunted relentlessly, taking more than they needed from the sea and discarding what they didn't want. For weeks, they saw nothing unusual, but then one night, when their nets were full, a thick fog surrounded their boat, and they heard a voice, low and cold, speaking words they couldn't understand. Then, out of the mist, a figure emerged, the Mahu, his eyes filled with anger. The fishermen felt a sudden, overwhelming sense of fear. One by one, their nets were emptied, their boat rocked by unseen hands, and they were forced to throw back every fish they'd taken. From that day forward, they respected the ocean's bounty, knowing the Mahu would be watching. The allure of the Mahu lies in their silence, their distance, their unknowable nature. The people of the Maldives believe that these mermen hold the wisdom of the sea, that they know the ocean's past, present, and future, that they see the world in ways humans cannot. Children grow up hearing these tales, their hearts filled with wonder and respect for the Mahu, learning to see the ocean as more than just water, but as a living force, home to beings who guard its mysteries. Even today, on certain nights when the sea is calm and the sky is clear, people say you can catch a glimpse of them. Some claim to see a glimmer of a tail or the flash of dark hair just beneath the surface, while others speak of hearing that same, haunting melody drifting across the waves. And though the Mahu may vanish as quickly as they appear, the stories they leave behind linger in the hearts of those who call the Maldives home, filling them with both a thrill and a profound reverence for the ocean and its timeless guardians. There's a bird the Maldivians speak of in hushed tones, a bird whose presence has haunted their skies and stories for generations. They call it the Kalhu, a creature of midnight feathers and piercing eyes, said to appear only when the moon is hidden, cloaking itself in the darkest hours. The Kalhu isn't an ordinary bird, nor one you'd see resting in the daylight. It's a harbinger, a bird tied to omens and mysteries. They say that when you hear the cry of the Kalhu, something stirs in your soul, an instinctive chill that makes even the bravest glance over their shoulder. The Kalhu is a magnificent, daunting creature with wings so vast they seem to brush the stars when it takes flight. Its feathers are black as the ocean at night, with a glimmer that reflects the moonlight, like waves under a pale sky. But it's the eyes of the Kalhu that are hardest to forget. People who have seen them say that they shine like molten silver, piercing the darkness with a gaze that seems to look into the very heart of whoever it sees. There's a strange intelligence in its eyes, as though the Kalhu knows more than a bird should, as though it holds secrets of the earth, sky, and sea. Maldivian folklore speaks of the Kalhu as a guardian of the in-between, a creature that flies at the borders of life and death, day and night. They say that when a village hears the Kalhu's cry, it's more than just a sound, it's a warning, a signal that something is shifting in the unseen world. In some stories, the Kalhu is a protector, a bird that appears when a loved one is in danger, calling out to alert those who can help. In others, it's a solemn messenger, its call echoing through the night like a tolling bell, foretelling loss or change. In both roles, the Kalhu demands respect, its presence reminding people that the world is vast, mysterious, and far from fully understood. One night, many years ago, a fisherman named Jamil encountered the Kalhu in a way he would never forget. Jamil was a man of strength and courage, unafraid of storms or long nights at sea. But that night was different. The sky was starless, and a strange, eerie silence filled the air. Suddenly, a piercing call echoed across the water, a cry so haunting it seemed to stop his heart. He looked up and saw the Kalhu, its wings spread wide as it circled his boat. He felt its gaze upon him, heavy and knowing, and though he tried to look away, he couldn't. For a moment, he felt utterly vulnerable, as if the Kalhu could see his every thought, his every hidden fear. That night, he returned to shore, shaken and silent, unable to shake the feeling that he had been seen, that he had been given a warning. Days later, a storm swept through the island, fierce and unexpected, and Jamil understood that the Kalhu had come to prepare him. Many in the Maldives know similar stories, tales of the Kalhu appearing before calamities, storms, sicknesses, and loss. They believe that the Kalhu sees into the future, sensing shifts that humans cannot, and that it watches over the islands like a dark, silent sentinel. Mothers tell their children never to ignore the cry of the Kalhu, saying it's a voice of wisdom, a sound that reminds people to stay vigilant, to honor the unknown forces that govern their lives. Some families place a small piece of fabric or cloth outside their homes when they hear the Kalhu, a quiet gesture to show respect, as if acknowledging the warning it brings. There is one tale, passed down through countless generations, that speaks of a young boy named Hamid who once befriended a Kalhu. Hamid was known for his kind heart and his fascination with the birds, often spending hours watching them in the trees. One night, as he sat alone by the shore, he saw a Kalhu land nearby, its massive wings folding gracefully as it watched him with those intense, gleaming eyes. The two held each other's gaze, an understanding passing between them that words could never convey. Over the years, the Kalhu would come to him in times of need, appearing when he felt lost or afraid, always there, always watching. When Hamid grew older and told his children about the bird, he spoke of it as a friend, a guide who had shown him that life was full of things he couldn't see, but could feel deeply. For others, the Kalhu holds a more solemn presence. It's said that when someone is close to passing, the Kalhu flies close to their home, crying out in a low, mournful call that seems to touch everyone who hears it. People say it's not a sound of sorrow, but of understanding, as if the bird knows that death is not the end, that there is more beyond this life. Families who hear the Kalhu's cry during such times find a strange comfort in it, a sense that their loved one is not alone, that the Kalhu has come to guide them to the next world. In the silence that follows its cry, they feel a peace that words cannot explain, a reminder that life and death are connected, two parts of a whole that even the Kalhu understands. Yet, for all its ties to the unseen, the Kalhu is also a part of the everyday world, its presence woven into the fabric of Maldivian life. People often say that seeing a Kalhu during the day is a blessing, a sign that protection and guidance are near. Farmers, fishermen, and travelers take comfort in spotting the bird as they go about their lives, believing it to be a silent companion, watching over them from afar. Even on ordinary days, a glimpse of its shadow, the glint of its feathers, can bring a sense of quiet reassurance, a reminder that they are never truly alone. The Kalhu is more than a bird, it's a piece of the Maldivian soul, a connection to the mysteries that lie beyond sight, beyond sound, beyond the physical world. Its cry is a song of remembrance, a call that awakens the part of each person that feels, knows, and remembers. Through its stories, its presence, and its song, the Kalhu binds the people to the rhythm of the universe, a creature of beauty and strength, forever soaring through the vastness, forever watching, forever reminding them of the powerful, unseen forces that shape their lives. In the Maldives, they say the ocean holds more than fish and coral. It holds spirits, powerful and silent, that guard the depths with a quiet, timeless presence. Among them is the legendary manta ray, a creature of grace and shadow, gliding beneath the waves as if it were a part of the water itself. To see a manta ray isn't like seeing other sea creatures, it's a reminder of the ocean's grandeur, of the things it hides, things as beautiful as they are mysterious. With wings that span wide like an angel of the deep, the manta is both a wonder and a warning, a silent sentinel watching over the currents below. People speak of the manta ray with awe, as if each encounter with it were a glimpse into another world. Unlike the frenzied movements of smaller fish, the manta glides effortlessly, moving as if on a different time scale, like it knows things no one else does. In the eyes of the islanders, this quiet grace is not just elegance, but wisdom, a sign that the manta understands the ocean and all its secrets. When one is seen near the shore, villagers say the ocean is calling to them, sending a message through the manta, a reminder that the waters should always be treated with respect. An old tale tells of a young boy named Salim, who went fishing with his father one calm morning. Salim was fascinated by the ocean, but he was young and restless, eager to catch as much as he could. His father warned him to be gentle, to respect the balance of life in the sea, but Salim laughed, saying the ocean would always give them what they needed. That day, as they cast their nets, a large shadow moved beneath their boat. Salim peered over the edge and saw a massive manta ray, its dark wings spreading wide, almost as large as the boat itself. For a moment, he felt like he was being watched, like the manta was studying him with those deep, knowing eyes. And as the creature rose closer to the surface, Salim's laughter faded, replaced by a silent, instinctive fear. He realized he had taken too much, that he had been greedy, and he felt the weight of the manta's gaze as a reminder of this mistake. His father pulled him back, murmuring a quiet prayer, for to see a manta in such a moment was no coincidence. Islanders say that when a manta appears, it often signals a need for caution, a reminder to act with humility. From that day forward, Salim learned to treat the ocean's gifts with respect, taking only what he needed, leaving the rest for the creatures that lived there. It was a lesson he never forgot, a moment that stayed with him through every fishing trip, every journey across the waves. And when he grew older, he would tell his children the same story, teaching them to respect the silent guardians of the sea. But the manta is more than just a creature of caution, it's a symbol, a presence that embodies the mysteries of the ocean. For centuries, the Maldivians have had practices and taboos surrounding the manta. Many believe that the manta rays are sacred, that they carry with them the spirits of the sea, watching over the fish, the coral, and even the people. To hunt a manta, to harm it, is seen as a grievous mistake, one that brings misfortune. Families that once harmed these creatures speak of strange occurrences, of boats that wouldn't stay afloat, of nets that tore for no reason, of sudden, powerful storms that would sweep in from a clear sky. They tell these stories to remind others of the manta's place in the ocean, of the importance of treating it with reverence. Some rituals even call for gifts or offerings to the manta rays, small gestures of respect for these grand creatures. When a manta is seen near the shore, villagers might place flowers or pieces of cloth along the beach, quiet symbols of their respect. Fishermen murmur blessings when they see a manta, small words of gratitude for the ocean's guardians, and in some villages, young children are taught to bow their heads when a manta passes by, as if greeting an elder. This gesture is more than a custom, it's a heartfelt recognition of the manta's place in the ocean's cycle, a silent promise to uphold the balance between human life and sea life. Elders often tell a chilling story about a man named Rafi who ignored these taboos, a man who believed himself to be beyond the ocean's warnings. Rafi was known for his greed, taking more than he needed, sneering at the old ways, mocking the customs his people held close. One day, he set out to fish, ignoring the quiet stares of the villagers who had seen a manta near the shore that morning, a silent sign they took as a warning. He laughed, saying it was just a fish, and left without a thought for the manta or the sea. That night, as Rafi's boat drifted further and further out, a thick fog settled around him, so dense he could barely see his own hands. Suddenly, his boat rocked, hard enough to make him stumble, and as he looked down, he saw a massive shadow passing beneath him. The manta's eyes met his, and in that moment, Rafi felt as if his very soul had been laid bare, as if the ocean itself was judging him. He tried to turn back, to steer for shore, but his boat remained eerily still, trapped in the fog. When he was finally found days later, he was silent, his eyes hollow, his laughter gone. From that day forward, he never set foot in the water, whispering of shadows and eyes that haunted him, warning others to heed the manta's presence. For the people of the Maldives, these stories serve as a reminder, passed down through generations, of the ocean's power, of its beauty, and of its guardians. The manta ray, with its silent grace and knowing gaze, is a creature that binds them to the sea, teaching them humility, respect, and reverence. It isn't just a fish gliding beneath the waves, it's a symbol of the depths, of the things humans will never fully understand, of the vastness that stretches beyond sight and sound. The manta ray, in all its mystery and majesty, has become more than a creature in Maldivian life. It's a presence that speaks to the soul, a guardian that reminds each person to respect the waters that give them life. Its graceful movements, its silent watchfulness, its unspoken warnings, all of these hold a quiet power, a wisdom that echoes in the hearts of those who listen. And as the manta glides through the depths, it leaves a message with each silent pass, a reminder that the ocean is alive, watching, and forever deserving of respect. There is a whisper on the wind in the Maldives, a soft voice that drifts through the islands, and it carries the essence of the Devi, the mysterious, powerful female spirits whose presence is woven deeply into Maldivian life. These spirits are more than myth, they are felt in the rhythm of the waves, the rustling of the palm trees, and the quiet, dark nights when the moon hides its face. Devi spirits are feared, revered, and loved, embodying both protection and danger. They are guardians, healers, and sometimes fierce protectors of their lands. Their stories have lived on for generations, and their influence still stirs something sacred in the hearts of those who know their tales. The Devi are not like other spirits, they are beings of strength and mystery, woven from the same fabric as the island itself. They carry the essence of feminine power, embodying the spirit of life and death, creation and destruction. In each village, people speak of these female spirits with awe. The Devi's beauty is beyond words, yet it is not a gentle beauty, it is fierce, commanding, and laced with the mystery of the unknown. Their presence is known to bring change, a shift in the air, a ripple across the sea, a chill that runs through the bones. People say that when a Devi appears, it is never by chance. Her visit has meaning, a purpose that can shake the very soul. One of the most beloved Devi legends is that of Asath Devi, a spirit known for her kindness and strength, who has been called upon in times of need. Her spirit said to appear during the darkest storms or times of hardship. Asath Devi's story is etched into the memories of the people, reminding them of compassion, resilience, and courage. Long ago, when a fierce illness swept through the islands, it was said that Asath Devi appeared to a mother who had been desperately trying to heal her sick child. In a quiet moment of despair, the mother felt a presence beside her, warm and strong, and saw Asath Devi standing there, her face radiant yet solemn, filled with the strength of 1,000 storms. They say Asath Devi whispered to the mother, guiding her to a medicinal herb found deep in the mangrove forests, a place where only the bravest dared to go. The mother followed her instructions, her steps guided by a force she could not see but could feel with every beat of her heart. And when she returned with the herb, her child's fever broke, and life returned to the village as quickly as the illness had come. Since then, mothers speak of Asath Devi with love and gratitude, honoring her spirit as a protector of life and a healer of the suffering. Her presence is still felt in times of struggle, a silent strength that reminds them of the power of love and resilience. But not all Devi spirits are kind. There is a tale of the Devi spirit known as Rannamaari, a vengeful and fearsome figure whose wrath was said to be as fierce as the raging ocean. Rannamaari was a protector, but one whose methods were strict and unforgiving. Her story was passed down as a warning, a reminder that there are forces in the world that should never be disrespected. The people say that Rannamaari would appear when injustice filled the land, a shadow in the night whose voice could chill the bravest heart. She would bring judgment upon those who wronged others, and her gaze alone was said to reveal the deepest fears and regrets in a person's soul. In one story, a greedy man who mistreated his workers and took more than he gave found himself face to face with Rannamaari one dark night. She appeared as a figure cloaked in mist, her eyes glowing with a fierce intensity that seemed to cut through to his very core. He trembled as she spoke, her voice carrying the weight of every soul he had wronged. In the days that followed, the man was consumed by a strange sickness, a reflection of his own greed and cruelty. The people say that his punishment was not death, but a lifetime of shame, his spirit bound to remember Rannamaari's face whenever he looked into the mirror. This tale lives on as a reminder to act with kindness and fairness, for the Devi's presence is always watching, and justice will find its way. In the Maldives, the Devi are also guardians of the natural world. They are seen as protectors of the forests, the waters, and the skies, and people treat these places with care, knowing the Devi spirits reside there. Taboos and practices have evolved over time, passed down to honor the Devi's sacred spaces. Islanders avoid loud laughter in certain forests, don't fish in particular lagoons, and refrain from picking flowers from specific groves, all gestures of respect to these spirits who are thought to live within these lands. Children are taught from a young age to whisper thanks or say a small prayer when crossing through sacred places, an acknowledgement of the Devi's presence and a request for safe passage. One tale tells of a young girl named Leela who accidentally wandered into a Devi's sacred forest. She was playing with friends when she strayed too far, drawn to a beautiful grove filled with flowers of colors she had never seen before. As she bent down to pick a blossom, a breeze brushed past her, and she felt a chill, as though eyes were upon her. When she looked up, she saw the faint outline of a figure in the mist, a woman with flowing hair and eyes that shone like stars. Leela froze, her heart pounding, for she knew she had entered the Devi's domain. With a trembling voice, she whispered an apology, leaving the flower where it lay. The Devi's gaze softened, and in that moment, Leela understood that the spirit was not angry but protective, reminding her to tread carefully and respect the world around her. From that day forward, Leela honored the Devi, carrying her story into adulthood and teaching others of the spirit's watchful presence. The stories of the Devi spirits are etched into the hearts of the Maldivians, serving as reminders of love, protection, and sometimes fear. They teach people to live with respect and reverence, to honor the balance between life and nature. These female spirits embody power, wisdom, and emotion, their stories bringing people to tears, filling them with awe, and giving them courage. The Devi are not merely figures of folklore, they are part of life, woven into every breath, every wave, every whisper of the wind. And as long as the islands stand, so too will the Devi, watching, guiding, and protecting those who listen to their stories. On moonlit nights in the Maldives, when the world falls silent and the stars settle low over the ocean, some say that a great white tiger prowls in the shadows. This is no ordinary creature, its fur glows with a ghostly shimmer, a brilliance that makes it stand out against the night. Its eyes, sharp as polished amber, see right through the human heart. For centuries, people have spoken of this white tiger, a guardian, a warning, a spirit as ancient as the islands themselves. It is not a creature to be found in the jungles or the coral reefs. It exists somewhere between legend and reality, appearing only to those destined to see it, often when they least expect it. The story of the white tiger has been passed down for generations, told with reverence and a touch of fear. It is said to be the protector of justice, a spirit that emerges to restore balance and stand up for the vulnerable. Those who have seen it describe a quiet, powerful grace, a creature that commands respect with every step. There are tales of its massive, silent paws gliding over the sand, leaving no mark, no sound, only the feeling of an ancient presence that cannot be denied. It is a being that transcends life, appearing not as a threat but as a reminder of forces greater than humankind. Long ago, they say, the islands were plagued by a fierce ruler, one who took without giving, a man feared by all. He exploited the people, took their wealth, and crushed any who dared to speak against him. One night, as he sat in his lavish home, enjoying his spoils, a strange hush settled over the village. A pale light flickered through his window, and he saw the gleaming eyes of the white tiger watching him from outside. They say he froze in fear, unable to move as the creature gazed at him, stripping away his power with a single look. The next morning, he was gone, vanished without a trace, and no one dared to speak his name again. For the villagers, the white tiger had become more than a protector. It was justice itself, a presence that arrived only when desperately needed, when the balance had tipped too far. The white tiger legend holds special meaning in Maldivian culture, symbolizing purity, strength, and the quiet force of justice. The tiger is said to appear to those who have lost their way, who have forgotten the values of kindness, respect, and humility. Its gaze is said to see through any lie, to cut through any pretense. In its eyes, there is no room for arrogance or deceit, only truth and the courage to face it. Those who have encountered the white tiger often describe a feeling of overwhelming clarity, a sense that they must make amends for their wrongs or face the consequences. This belief has inspired countless stories and moral teachings, with parents whispering the legend to their children, warning them that the tiger sees all, that it will always know if they stray from honesty and kindness. One story tells of a young fisherman named Rahim, who was known for his pride and stubbornness. He was a talented fisherman, yet he often took more than he needed, bragging about his catch and treating the ocean's bounty as if it would never end. The villagers tried to warn him, urging him to respect the balance, but he laughed, saying the ocean was his to take from. One night, as he returned from a long day of fishing, he saw a flash of white on the shore, a movement so quick, so graceful, that it took his breath away. There, in the dim light, he saw the white tiger standing on the sand, staring at him with those haunting, golden eyes. Rahim felt his heart beat harder, the weight of his pride suddenly heavy in his chest. He could not look away, frozen as he felt every choice, every selfish action laid bare. The tiger held his gaze, silent and still, until Rahim could take it no longer. He dropped to his knees in the sand, whispering an apology, promising to respect the ocean and its gifts. The tiger blinked, slow and deliberate, then turned and disappeared into the night, leaving Rahim alone on the shore. From that day forward, he was a changed man, his pride softened by humility, his gratitude renewed. Rahim told this story to his children and grandchildren, and it became part of village lore, a reminder that the white tiger is always watching, urging people to live with honor. The white tiger also holds a special place in rituals and ceremonies, embodying the spirit of guardianship. During times of celebration, villagers light candles in its honor, placing them near the shore as offerings to the guardian spirit. They whisper blessings and thanks for the white tiger's protection, acknowledging its role in keeping their world safe and just. It's a quiet ritual, done with a deep sense of gratitude, and though the tiger may not always be seen, its presence is felt, woven into the rhythm of the islands. Some elders say that by honoring the white tiger, the people are not just remembering a legend, they are keeping the spirit of justice alive, ensuring that each generation respects the old ways, the natural order. There is a particularly cherished story of an elder named Mariam, a woman wise beyond her years, who was known for her compassion and strength. One night, as she walked along the shore, she felt a presence beside her, a soft rustling in the sand. She turned, and there it was, the white tiger, its fur luminous in the moonlight, its eyes deep and kind. Mariam wasn't afraid. Instead, she felt a sense of peace, as if greeting an old friend. They walked together in silence, and she whispered her gratitude, her hopes for her village, her desire for peace and unity. The tiger listened, its silent presence offering comfort and strength, and when it finally disappeared, Mariam knew that her wishes would be carried forward, protected by the spirit that watched over them all. To the people of the Maldives, the white tiger is more than a tale, it's a reminder to live with respect, humility, and courage. Its legend has been woven into the very essence of their lives, guiding them through hardship and triumph. The white tiger's silent steps echo across the islands, a whisper of justice and purity that touches each heart, binding them all to a timeless promise to honor the land, the sea, and each other. And so, under the light of the stars, the people remember the white tiger, a guardian as fierce as the ocean, as gentle as the breeze, and as eternal as the spirit of the islands. When the sun dips below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the turquoise waters of the Maldives, some fishermen whisper of a creature lurking beneath the waves, the Gavda, a mysterious sea dragon that dances through the ocean's depths. The legend of the Gavda is one that stirs the heart, igniting a mix of fear and wonder among those who hear its tales. It is said that this magnificent creature has the body of a serpent, shimmering scales that reflect the sunlight, and a head crowned with magnificent horns that rise like the waves. For generations, the Gavda has become a symbol of power and mystery, a guardian of the sea, embodying the beauty and danger that the ocean holds. The origins of the Gavda legend are as deep as the ocean itself. Some say that long ago, when the world was still young, the Gavda was created by the ocean goddess, a majestic being meant to protect the balance of nature. She crafted the Gavda with intricate care, giving it strength and grace, and entrusted it with the responsibility of guarding the waters and ensuring harmony among all creatures. The Gavda was not just a beast, it was a spirit of the sea, a protector of those who respected the ocean's gifts, and a fierce adversary to those who sought to exploit it. Many stories surround the Gavda, each weaving a tapestry of awe and reverence. One tale tells of a time when the islands faced a terrible drought. The sun blazed down relentlessly, and the people prayed for rain, desperate for relief. Days turned into weeks, and hope began to fade. It was during this time that a brave young girl named Lena decided to take matters into her own hands. She had heard stories of the Gavda and believed that if anyone could bring the rain, it would be this legendary creature. With nothing but her courage, Lena set out on a small boat, navigating the shimmering waters where the Gavda was said to roam. As she drifted farther from the shore, the ocean grew calm, and the air turned electric. The sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, and just when the last light faded, a soft ripple spread across the water. Lena's heart raced as she felt a presence beneath her boat. Suddenly, the surface erupted in a magnificent display of water and light as the Gavda broke through, its massive form twisting gracefully through the waves. With scales that sparkled like diamonds under the moonlight, the Gavda was more breathtaking than Lena had ever imagined. It looked at her with eyes that held wisdom and depth, and in that moment, she felt a connection to something far greater than herself. She pleaded with the Gavda, her voice trembling with emotion, asking for rain to save her village. The Gavda listened, its majestic head nodding slowly, understanding the urgency in her heart. With a flick of its powerful tail, the Gavda vanished beneath the waves, leaving Lena awestruck and hopeful. The next day, clouds gathered over the islands, dark and heavy, and then, at last, the rain began to fall. It poured down in torrents, nourishing the earth and bringing life back to the parched land. The villagers rejoiced, their faith restored, and Lena was hailed as a hero. But she knew it was the Gavda's gift that had saved them all, a testament to the creature's enduring presence and the magic of the sea. From that day forward, Lena shared the story of the Gavda with anyone who would listen, ensuring that the legend of the sea dragon would live on in their hearts. The Gavda has also inspired countless artistic representations within Maldivian culture. Its image can be found in vibrant paintings, intricate carvings, and beautiful textiles, each capturing the essence of this enigmatic creature. Artists depict the Gavda in a swirl of colors, showing it gliding through the waves with grace and power. The scales are often painted in shades of blue and green, reflecting the ocean's depths, while its eyes glow like the stars, conveying the wisdom that lies within. These creations are not just art, they are a celebration of the bond between the people and the sea, a way to honor the guardianship of the Gavda. In some villages, stories of the Gavda are celebrated during festivals, where local dancers dress in costumes inspired by the creature. They perform graceful movements, mimicking the Gavda's fluidity, and the air fills with the sounds of drums and chants, each note echoing the spirit of the sea. The people gather to share tales, reminiscing about their encounters with the Gavda, passing on the belief that the creature is always watching, ready to protect those who respect the ocean. Children listen wide-eyed as elders recount their stories, feeling the thrill of the Gavda's legend, their imaginations ignited with dreams of adventure. There's also a tale of a fisherman named Hassan, who once encountered the Gavda while out at sea. On a stormy night, as waves crashed violently around him, his boat was tossed like a leaf in the wind. Just when he thought all hope was lost, the water began to churn, and the Gavda emerged, its form glowing in the darkness. It wrapped around Hassan's boat, shielding him from the raging storm, guiding him back to safety. In the aftermath, Hassan realized the Gavda had saved his life, a silent guardian watching over him even in the fiercest moments. He returned to his village with a newfound respect for the ocean, sharing his experience and reminding others of the Gavda's protective nature. The Gavda symbolizes more than just a creature of the sea. It represents the harmony that exists within nature, a reminder that humans must live in balance with the world around them. The legends surrounding the Gavda teach respect, responsibility, and the importance of listening to the wisdom of the ocean. They remind the people of the Maldives that the ocean is alive, filled with mysteries and wonders, and that the Gavda serves as a bridge between their world and the spirit of the sea. As the stars twinkle above the Maldives and the waves gently lap at the shore, the stories of the Gavda continue to flow through the hearts of the people. It is not merely a legend, but a living testament to their connection with the ocean, a connection that shapes their identity and nourishes their souls. Each tale, each artistic representation, and each dance serves to honor the Gavda, ensuring that its spirit remains alive in the hearts of those who cherish its legend. And so, the mysterious sea dragon, with its shimmering scales and powerful presence, becomes a part of their very essence, a guardian of the sea and a symbol of their enduring spirit. In the heart of the Maldives, beyond the glistening beaches and crystal-clear waters, lie enchanting forests filled with mystery and wonder. The trees whisper ancient secrets as the wind rustles through their leaves, creating a symphony that speaks to the souls of those who walk among them. It is in these magical woodlands that land-based mythical creatures come alive in the minds of the people, each one woven into the rich tapestry of Maldivian mythology. These creatures represent the delicate balance of nature and the deep connection that the Maldivian people hold with their land. Imagine walking through these lush forests, where the air is thick with the scent of blooming flowers and the sounds of wildlife echo all around. Here, creatures like the Naga, a serpent-like being with shimmering scales and wise eyes, are said to slither through the underbrush. The Naga is believed to be a guardian of the forest, watching over the plants and animals that thrive within. It is a creature of strength and beauty, often depicted coiled around the trunks of ancient trees, protecting them from harm. Many tales tell of how the Naga has saved villagers from disaster, guiding them to safety during storms or helping crops flourish with its magical touch. Then there's the Rook, a giant bird that soars through the canopy, its wings spreading wide as it glides gracefully through the sky. The Rook is not just a creature of flight, but also a symbol of hope and freedom. Its call is said to bring good fortune, and many believe that spotting one brings blessings from the heavens. When villagers hear the echo of its cry, they gather to share their dreams, knowing that the rook carries their wishes on its wings. Children run outside to watch for this majestic bird, eyes wide with anticipation, hoping to catch a glimpse of its grandeur. The forests also harbor the delicate and elusive laka, a tiny, sprite-like creature said to flit among the flowers. With its shimmering wings and playful spirit, the laka is often associated with joy and laughter. Stories of the laka tell of its ability to heal and bring happiness to those who encounter it. It is said that when you find a laka, it brings blessings of love and joy into your life. The Maldivian children are taught to respect these magical beings, believing that showing kindness to nature can lead to unexpected rewards. The importance of these forests in Maldivian mythology goes beyond the creatures that inhabit them. The forests serve as a sanctuary, a sacred space where people can connect with the earth. They represent a source of life, providing food, medicine, and shelter. The trees are seen as wise elders, each one telling a story of the past. When the villagers gather to tell tales of the creatures, they also pay homage to the forest itself, recognizing it as a living entity that deserves respect and care. Traditionally, the Maldivians have held rituals in the forest to honor the spirits that dwell there. Offerings of flowers and fruits are placed at the base of ancient trees, a way of saying thank you for the gifts that nature provides. Families come together in these woods, sharing meals, laughter, and stories passed down through generations. They teach their children about the importance of preserving the land, fostering a sense of responsibility towards the environment. The forests are also a place of reflection and solace. When faced with challenges, many seek the tranquility of the trees, finding comfort in their shade and the sounds of nature. People often speak of feeling a deep connection to the land when they sit beneath a giant banyan tree, allowing their worries to drift away. It is a space where they can dream, make wishes, and listen to the whispers of the forest. Throughout the years, the stories of these mythical creatures have shaped the culture and identity of the Maldivian people. They remind everyone of the beauty that surrounds them and the importance of protecting it. Elders gather children around a fire at night, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames, as they recount tales of the naga, the rook, and the laka. The air is thick with anticipation as each story unfolds, bringing gasps of surprise and bursts of laughter. The children, wide-eyed and enthralled, learn that these creatures embody the values of kindness, bravery, and harmony with nature. As the stars twinkle above the forest, the spirits of the land come alive, and the legends continue to thrive. The Maldivian people cherish these tales, passing them down with love and care. Each generation adds its own brushstrokes to the canvas of mythology, ensuring that the enchanted forests remain a source of inspiration and wonder. With every step taken in these magical woods, a connection is forged between the land and its people. The creatures of the forest whisper their secrets, their stories intertwining with the hearts of those who roam beneath the trees. As night falls and the moon casts a silvery glow, the enchantment of the forest shines bright, illuminating the bond between the Maldivian people and their cherished land. Each rustle of leaves, each call of a distant bird, serves as a reminder that the magic of the forest and its mythical creatures is alive and well, ready to inspire generations to come. The haunting melody of a siren song drifts through the warm ocean breeze, echoing the depths of the Maldives folklore. Villagers often gather at dusk, sitting by the shore as the sun sets in a blaze of orange and pink. With the waves gently lapping against the sand, they listen to stories of the siren of the sea, a captivating figure who has bewitched many with her enchanting voice. The siren is more than just a creature of myth. She embodies beauty, danger, and the unknown, holding a special place in the hearts of those who call these islands home. In Maldivian lore, the siren is portrayed as a stunning woman with long flowing hair that dances like seaweed in the current. Her skin glistens in shades of blue and green, reminiscent of the ocean itself. With eyes that sparkle like stars, she draws sailors to her with her irresistible charm. But there's a chilling twist to her allure. Those who are entranced by her song find themselves lost at sea, unable to resist her call, while the waves crash around them, pulling them into the depths. The siren represents the beauty of the ocean, but also its treacherous nature, a reminder that the sea is not just a friend, but can also be a fierce adversary. This duality captures the essence of the siren story in Maldivian culture. It serves as a warning, a lesson passed down through generations to respect the ocean's power. Fishermen often tell tales of how they heard her song while out at sea, mesmerized by the sound, but somehow managing to steer their boats back to safety. These stories emphasize the importance of staying vigilant, balancing a love for the sea with a healthy respect for its dangers. In contrast, the siren myth exists in many cultures around the world, each interpreting her character in unique ways. The Greek sirens are perhaps the most famous, depicted as half-women, half-birds, luring sailors with their beautiful harmonies. Their songs promise the joys of love and adventure, yet lead to ruin and despair, with ships crashing against rocky shores. The sirens from Greek mythology symbolize temptation and the consequences of succumbing to desire. In the Caribbean, tales of mermaids echo similar themes. The locals describe these aquatic beings as seductive and mischievous, using their enchanting voices to draw sailors into the water. However, unlike the sirens of Greece, the Caribbean mermaids are often seen as protectors of the sea, sometimes assisting fishermen in distress. They embody the spirit of the ocean, acting as guardians while still possessing a captivating allure that can lead to danger if not respected. Across various cultures, the common thread is clear: the siren, in all her forms, captures the imagination, combining elements of beauty and peril. This allure is mirrored in Maldivian stories, where the siren's enchanting song becomes a metaphor for life itself. It reflects the choices we make, the paths we follow, and the dangers that often lie hidden beneath the surface. The Maldivian people teach their children to cherish the ocean's gifts, but to also be mindful of its mysteries. The songs of the siren remind us that the sea holds secrets, and it is up to those who venture into its embrace to understand the risks. In the soft glow of the moonlight, as fishermen prepare for another night at sea, they share tales of the siren, imparting wisdom to the younger generation. Children listen with wide eyes, captivated by the thrill of the stories while learning to respect the power of the waters that surround them. The siren of the sea also serves as a symbol of resilience. She embodies the struggles faced by those who live on the coast, constantly battling against the whims of nature. Her existence reflects the way life ebbs and flows, just like the tides. In times of hardship, when storms rage and the waves threaten their livelihood, the siren story reminds the villagers that there is beauty in the struggle. At the heart of the siren myth lies a sense of longing. Her voice, haunting and beautiful, resonates with anyone who has ever yearned for something just out of reach. It speaks to the dreams and aspirations that often lie beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. Each time her song drifts across the water, it calls to those listening, inviting them to chase their dreams while cautioning them to remain aware of the risks involved. As the tales are passed from one generation to the next, the siren's legacy continues to thrive. Each retelling adds a new layer, shaping the myth into something personal and profound for every listener. The siren song evolves, echoing the hopes and fears of those who hear it, reminding them of the beauty and danger intertwined in their lives. On stormy nights, when the winds howl and the waves crash violently against the shore, the villagers gather to share stories. They speak of the siren, and her song weaves through their words like a comforting thread. In those moments, the siren transforms from a figure of fear to one of solace. She becomes a reminder that, while life may be unpredictable, there is always beauty to be found in the unknown. In the end, the siren of the sea represents more than just a mythical being; she embodies the spirit of the Maldives. Her story is a testament to the connection between the people and their environment, reflecting their love, respect, and understanding of the ocean's mysteries. Through her haunting melody, she continues to inspire, capturing the hearts of all who hear her song, inviting them to listen closely, while teaching them to tread carefully on the waves of life. In a small village surrounded by shimmering seas and lush green islands, the tale of two brothers has been passed down through generations, each telling filled with love, bravery, and lessons that resonate deeply within the hearts of all who hear it. The brothers, named Rafi and Sami, were inseparable from a young age. They played together, shared secrets, and dreamed of adventures beyond the horizon. The bond they shared was unbreakable, a symbol of loyalty and understanding that brought light into their lives. As they grew older, life began to change around them. Their village faced challenges, from poor harvests to fierce storms that threatened their homes and livelihood. The brothers decided to work together to help their family and community. Rafi was known for his strength and courage, while Sammy was clever and quick-witted. Together, they balanced each other perfectly, like the sun and moon, complementing one another as they tackled life's challenges. One fateful day, a terrible storm swept through the village, leaving destruction in its wake. The villagers were frightened and lost, unsure of how to rebuild their lives. Rafi and Sammy knew they could not sit idle. They gathered the other villagers and devised a plan to restore their homes and bring hope back to their community. Rafi, with his strength, helped clear debris and rebuild houses, while Sammy organized the villagers, ensuring everyone had a role to play. As days turned into weeks, their hard work began to pay off. Slowly but surely, the village started to regain its former beauty. The brothers felt a sense of pride, knowing they had made a difference. However, beneath the surface, a darker challenge loomed. Word spread of a fierce creature lurking in the waters nearby, a monster that threatened the lives of those who dared to fish. The villagers were terrified and reluctant to go out to sea, fearing the beast that had claimed many boats and fishermen. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Rafi and Sammy sat on the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore. Rafi turned to Sammy with determination in his eyes. "We must face this creature. If we don't, our village will suffer even more. We can't let fear win." Sammy's heart raced at the thought. He knew the dangers that awaited them, but he also understood the importance of bravery. "If we go, we must stick together. We cannot let anything come between us," he replied, his voice steady despite the fears that crept into his heart. The brothers set out on a small boat, armed with nothing but their courage and a few fishing nets. As they paddled into the open sea, the water shimmered under the moonlight, casting an ethereal glow around them. Their hearts pounded in unison, a mix of excitement and fear as they ventured into the unknown. Hours passed, and just when they thought they had reached the creature's lair, a massive shadow emerged from the depths. The water churned violently, and the beast broke the surface with a roar that echoed through the night. Rafi's instincts kicked in. He quickly grabbed the nets, ready to face the creature. But as they approached, Sammy noticed something that made him hesitate. "Wait, Rafi. What if it's not what we think?" he shouted, his voice barely heard over the crashing waves. But Rafi was determined, believing they could defeat the monster and save their village. "We have to try," he yelled back, pushing forward. In that moment, a bond forged through years of love and brotherhood was tested. Sammy felt torn between his brother's bravery and his own instincts telling him to be cautious. Just as Rafi threw the net toward the creature, a sudden surge of water sent the boat spiraling. Sammy grabbed hold of Rafi, pulling him back just in time. The net fell into the water, but the creature thrashed about, creating waves that threatened to capsize their boat. Sammy's heart raced as he realized the true nature of the beast. It wasn't just a monster, it was a guardian of the sea, a creature that protected its domain. "Rafi, this isn't a fight we can win. We must show it we mean no harm," Sammy shouted, desperation rising in his voice. Rafi hesitated, his heart pounding in his chest, torn between his desire to protect their village and the wisdom in Sammy's words. Taking a deep breath, Rafi nodded. Together, they began to steer their boat away, using gentle movements to show they were not a threat. The creature calmed, its massive form gliding gracefully through the water. Slowly, it began to circle their boat, its eyes watching the brothers closely. Sammy reached into the water, splashing gently, trying to communicate their peaceful intentions. The creature paused, its eyes filled with curiosity rather than aggression. In a moment of understanding, the brothers realized that their strength lay not in their ability to fight but in their willingness to listen and learn. They offered the creature some fish they had caught, a humble gift of peace. The beast hesitated for a moment, then, with surprising grace, accepted their offering. The air filled with a sense of relief, and the brothers exchanged glances, their hearts swelling with pride for what they had accomplished together. From that day forward, the villagers learned to coexist with the guardian of the sea. Rafi and Sammy returned home as heroes, not for defeating a monster, but for understanding its true nature and forging a bond of respect. They taught their village about the importance of harmony with the ocean, emphasizing that fear could be overcome with courage and wisdom. Their story of sacrifice and brotherhood became a cherished legend, passed down through generations as a reminder that true strength lies in unity and love. Rafi and Sammy's tale serves as a beautiful illustration of the moral lessons that define the human experience. In a world filled with challenges, their unwavering bond taught everyone that sacrifice and understanding could pave the way for brighter tomorrows. The brothers remained inseparable, their connection deepening with every adventure they faced. In the hearts of the villagers, the tale of the two brothers will forever echo, a testament to the power of love, sacrifice, and the unbreakable ties of family. In the shimmering waters of the Maldives, where the ocean dances with vibrant colors, lies a hidden danger that whispers through the waves, the coral reefs. While these underwater gardens are breathtakingly beautiful, tales of caution swirl around them, each story steeped in emotion and mystery. The coral reefs hold not just the beauty of the sea but also the weight of legends that speak of peril, sorrow, and the need for respect. One evening, as the sun began to set and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, the villagers gathered around a flickering fire on the beach. The air was thick with the scent of salt and wood smoke, creating a comforting atmosphere. Elders spoke in hushed tones, recounting tales of the coral reefs that lay just beyond the horizon. The gentle waves seemed to carry their voices, weaving the stories into the very fabric of the night. Long ago, a village thrived near the edge of the ocean. The people there lived in harmony with the sea, relying on its gifts for sustenance. Yet, as time passed, greed crept into their hearts. The villagers became careless, plundering the reefs without thought for the creatures that called it home. They caught fish in abundance, their nets dragging over the coral, tearing apart the very foundation of the underwater world. With every catch, they celebrated, unaware that their actions would awaken a curse that had long been dormant. One fateful day, a fisherman named Hassan ventured farther out than usual, eager to bring home a catch that would impress his friends and family. As he cast his net into the shimmering water, a strange silence fell over the ocean. The vibrant colors of the coral seemed to dim, and the fish, usually plentiful, vanished. Hassan felt a shiver run down his spine as he realized he was no longer alone. A figure emerged from the depths, shrouded in seaweed and surrounded by a mist that made the water shimmer with an eerie glow. The figure was a spirit of the coral reef, a guardian of the underwater world. With a voice that echoed like the crashing waves, the spirit warned Hassan. "You have disturbed the peace of the reef. Your greed has awakened a curse that will bring danger upon your village." Fear gripped Hassan's heart as he listened to the spirit's words, but his desire for riches blinded him. He shrugged off the warning and continued to fish, thinking it was just an old wives' tale. Days passed, and the village celebrated Hassan's impressive catches, but the spirit's warning lingered in the back of his mind. One evening, as the villagers danced under the moonlight, a storm brewed on the horizon. Dark clouds rolled in, and the wind howled like a wild beast. Panic spread through the village as waves crashed violently against the shore. People hurried to secure their homes, but it was too late. The ocean, furious and unforgiving, unleashed its wrath. As the waves surged, the coral reefs began to shimmer with a ghostly light, revealing faces of long-forgotten souls trapped within. They cried out, their voices intertwining with the wind, warning the villagers of their impending doom. The storm raged, sending boats crashing against the rocky shores, and with each wave, the curse of the coral reef tightened its grip on the village. Families huddled together, praying for safety, but the sea showed no mercy. In the midst of the chaos, Hassan realized his mistake. He had not only endangered his life but the lives of everyone he loved. Desperation filled his heart as he ran to the shore, crying out to the spirit, "Please forgive us. We did not mean to disrespect the reef." His voice was drowned out by the roar of the storm, but in that moment, the spirit appeared once more, its ethereal form shimmering in the lightning. "You must make amends," the spirit said, its eyes reflecting the pain of the coral reefs. Return to the sea what you have taken and show respect for the life that flourishes beneath the waves. Only then can the curse be lifted. Hassan felt a wave of guilt wash over him, understanding that their greed had brought this upon them. Without hesitation, he gathered the villagers and shared the spirit's message, urging them to return the fish they had caught and honor the ocean. Together, they paddled out to the water, their hearts heavy with remorse. As they released the fish back into the sea, the storm began to subside. The wind softened, and the waves calmed, as if the ocean itself was listening. The glowing faces of the coral reef faded, and for a moment, the villagers felt the warmth of forgiveness wash over them. The next morning, the sun rose gently, casting a golden light across the village. The ocean sparkled, a stark contrast to the chaos of the night before. The villagers looked out at the reefs, and instead of fear, they felt gratitude. They had learned a valuable lesson about respect and harmony with nature. From that day on, they honored the coral reefs, taking only what they needed and giving thanks for the ocean's gifts. The tale of Hassan and the curse of the coral reef spread throughout the Maldives, reminding everyone of the importance of caring for the delicate balance of life beneath the waves. Parents shared this story with their children, ensuring that the spirit's warning would never be forgotten. The coral reefs became a symbol of resilience and beauty, and the villagers thrived, not just as fishermen but as stewards of the ocean. As the sun dipped below the horizon each evening, the waves whispered the legends of the past, carrying with them the lessons of love, respect, and unity. The coral reefs, once a source of fear, transformed into a sanctuary, their colors vibrant and alive. The stories surrounding the reefs echoed in the hearts of all who lived by the sea, creating a deep connection between the people and the ocean that would last for generations. In the end, the curse of the coral reef was not just a warning but a testament to the power of change, the strength of community, and the beauty of forgiveness. Through the trials and tribulations, the villagers found their way back to harmony, learning to cherish the wonders of the ocean while respecting the delicate balance that sustains life. The waves continued to crash against the shore, a reminder of the past, while the future glimmered with hope. In the heart of the Maldives, the connection between people and nature is profound, woven together through the stories of animal totems. These totems are not just symbols, they represent deep spiritual meanings and the traits of the mythical creatures that roam the realms of folklore. Each animal carries a lesson, a reminder of the strengths and values that guide the lives of those who honor them. In a small village surrounded by lush greenery and the shimmering sea, children would sit in a circle under the shade of a great banyan tree, their eyes wide with wonder. The elders, with their withered hands and gentle voices, would tell tales of animals that bore incredible significance. They spoke of how these creatures mirrored the qualities of the gods, spirits, and mythical beings that were part of their heritage. As they listened, the children felt a spark of connection to the very essence of their culture. Every animal had a story, each one carrying a unique set of traits that reflected the characteristics of the mythical beings known in Maldivian lore. The majestic eagle, soaring high above the islands, was revered for its vision and strength. To the villagers, it represented the watchful eyes of the sky, a symbol of freedom and courage. They believed that those born under the eagle's sign would grow to be leaders, strong and unyielding, able to see far beyond the horizon. Then there was the wise turtle, revered for its longevity and patience. In the stories shared by the fireside, it was said that the turtle was a guardian of secrets, carrying the wisdom of the ocean on its back. People who identified with this totem were thought to possess a calm spirit, able to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. The turtle's journey mirrored the slow but steady path of life, teaching the value of patience and reflection. The playful dolphin, another cherished totem, embodied joy and community. In the folklore, dolphins were seen as messengers of the sea, guiding fishermen to bountiful catches and playing in the waves, bringing laughter to all who witnessed their dance. Children grew up hearing tales of dolphins helping lost sailors find their way home, symbolizing loyalty and the importance of friendship. Those who felt a kinship with the dolphin were known to be social and nurturing, always ready to lend a helping hand. As the stories continued, the villagers would speak of the powerful shark, a creature of strength and determination. In their myths, the shark was portrayed as a fierce protector of the ocean, embodying the warrior spirit. It was said that those who embraced the shark totem would have a fighting spirit, courage to face any adversity, and the ability to rise above challenges. The tales often described how the shark defended its territory, reminding the villagers of the importance of standing firm in one's beliefs. A hush would fall over the circle as they spoke of the mystical creatures of the sea, the mermaids and the sea serpents. These beings, part human and part fish, represented beauty and mystery. The mermaids, with their enchanting songs, were believed to have the power to lure sailors, teaching them to appreciate the allure of the unknown. Those who identified with the mermaid totem were seen as creative souls, filled with passion and imagination. The legends reminded everyone that embracing one's creativity could lead to profound beauty in life. In contrast, the fearsome sea serpent symbolized the darker aspects of nature. Its legends warned of the dangers lurking beneath the waves, teaching respect for the ocean's power. It was believed that those connected to the sea serpent totem had the ability to confront their fears and overcome obstacles. They learned to recognize the shadows in their lives, transforming them into strengths. The stories of animal totems resonated deeply within the hearts of the villagers, shaping their identities and guiding their actions. Each child knew which totem they belonged to, often celebrated through special rituals and gatherings. Families would create totem art, painting their homes with images of the eagle, turtle, dolphin, shark, or mermaid, creating a vibrant tapestry that reflected their connection to the spirit world. During festivals, dances would be performed, reenacting the tales of these animals, bringing the stories to life. As the dancers moved, their movements echoed the essence of their totems, graceful like the dolphin, strong like the shark, or wise like the turtle. The rhythms of the drums matched the heartbeat of the ocean, creating a magical atmosphere where the past and present intertwined. As the villagers grew older, they passed down these teachings to their children, ensuring that the legacy of the totems would continue. The bonds formed through these stories strengthened their community, creating a sense of belonging and shared values. Every person played a role in maintaining the balance between humans and the natural world, reminding everyone that they were part of something much larger than themselves. In moments of difficulty, the villagers would often turn to their totems for guidance. When faced with challenges, they would remember the eagle's strength, the turtle's patience, or the dolphin's joy. These animal totems provided comfort, helping them navigate the trials of life with a sense of purpose and understanding. The spiritual significance of these totems extended beyond just personal traits. They reflected a collective consciousness, a deep-rooted respect for nature. The villagers learned to honor the balance of life, recognizing that each creature, whether land or sea, played a vital role in the ecosystem. This reverence for nature forged a bond between the people and the environment, promoting harmony and sustainability. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in a myriad of colors, the villagers would gather once more under the banyan tree. With hearts full of gratitude, they would offer thanks to their totems, whispering prayers into the night, ensuring that their spirits remained strong and their teachings would guide future generations. The stories of the animal totems continue to be shared, a testament to the unbreakable connection between the people and the mythical creatures that watched over them, ensuring that the magic of their culture would never fade away. In the heart of the Maldives, the air is thick with the scent of salt and earth, where stories intertwine with the healing hands of traditional medicine. It's a world where mythical creatures are not just the stuff of legends, but vital threads woven into the fabric of healing practices. Each leaf, root, and herb carries a whisper of the past, a connection to the spirits and creatures that are believed to bless these plants with extraordinary powers. Picture a small, sunlit village where generations have gathered around the flickering light of a fire, elders sharing tales of how the mythical creatures of the sea and land intertwine with herbal medicine. The villagers lean in, captivated, as they listen to the stories of their ancestors who believed that nature was not merely a backdrop to their lives, but a living tapestry of spirits that could aid in their healing. The legendary sea serpent, known to the villagers as Gavda, holds a significant place in these tales. It is said that the Gavda's scales shimmer with healing properties, reflecting the vibrant colors of the ocean. The villagers believe that when one finds a shed scale on the beach, it is a sign of good fortune and a remedy for ailments. Grounded into a fine powder, the scale is mixed with local herbs to create a soothing balm for wounds. The story goes that the Gavda, a guardian of the deep, offers its gifts to those who show respect to the sea and its creatures. Another creature that features prominently in these healing tales is the mythical bird known as Kalhu, a symbol of peace and harmony. The Kalhu is believed to have feathers that glimmer like the night sky, and its song is said to bring tranquility to troubled hearts. In traditional medicine, the feathers are carefully collected during the season when they fall. The villagers believe that when mixed with certain local herbs, these feathers can help ease anxiety and promote calmness. The tales remind them that the Kalhu's gentle spirit watches over those in need, whispering comfort in times of distress. The stories of the Devi, the female spirits revered in Maldivian culture, also play a crucial role in traditional healing practices. These spirits are believed to bless various herbs with unique properties. The Devi are said to communicate through dreams and visions, guiding healers to the right plants for each ailment. The elders speak of a legendary Devi who reveals herself in the form of a beautiful flower blooming only at midnight. This flower, known as Datharu, is believed to cure fevers and restore health. The villagers honor this flower by creating rituals, thanking the Devi for their guidance, and ensuring that the balance of nature is respected. As the villagers gather herbs in the early morning light, they carry the knowledge of their ancestors in their hearts. The teachings passed down through generations blend seamlessly with the stories of mythical creatures, creating a rich tapestry of wisdom. They believe that the plants they gather are alive with spirit, each one a messenger with the power to heal. The connection between mythology and herbal medicine becomes clear as they recall the tales of how each herb was gifted by a creature or spirit, instilling a sense of reverence in their hearts. The stories surrounding the turtle, known for its wisdom and longevity, are particularly cherished. Villagers believe that consuming turtle soup is more than just a meal, it is a way to absorb the wisdom of the ages. They tell tales of a great healer who once transformed into a turtle, swimming through the waters, gathering the wisdom of the sea. Today, when preparing dishes with turtle, they share the legend with younger generations, ensuring that the connection between food and spirit remains strong. As night falls, the sound of waves crashing against the shore becomes a soothing lullaby. The village gathers for a traditional healing ceremony, where a skilled healer shares the legends of the mythical creatures and their contributions to the village's well-being. They create a herbal infusion, combining the gifts of the Gavda, Kalhu, Devi, and turtle. The air is filled with the aroma of fresh herbs, each scent a reminder of the magical properties they carry. Elders recount their own experiences, describing how the stories of mythical creatures have guided them through illness. One elder shares how, during a time of hardship, they found comfort in the stories of the Kalhu, singing to calm their restless mind. Another speaks of a serious illness that vanished after following the advice of a Devi in a dream. The gathering resonates with emotions as they realize that these stories are not merely tales, but lifelines that have guided their ancestors for generations. The connection between mythology and traditional medicine strengthens their community bond. The villagers understand that they are part of a larger story, a continuum where the past informs the present. Each remedy, each tale, becomes a thread that ties them together, reminding them of the importance of nature and the spirits that dwell within it. As dawn breaks over the horizon, the villagers rise with a renewed sense of purpose. They venture into the forests and along the shores, ready to gather the herbs that embody the spirit of their mythical friends. With every step, they honor the creatures that have guided their healing practices. The whispers of the Gavda, the songs of the Kalhu, and the blessings of the Devi fill the air, wrapping around them like a protective cloak. Through their stories, the villagers ensure that the legacy of these mythical creatures lives on, entwined with the herbal remedies that nourish their bodies and souls. Each plant and herb, touched by the spirit of a legend, becomes a powerful ally in their quest for health. In this beautiful dance of nature, folklore, and healing, the people of the Maldives continue to celebrate the rich tapestry of life that surrounds them, finding strength and solace in the stories that bind them together. In the Maldives, the air thrums with excitement as the sun rises on festival days. The vibrant colors of traditional clothing swirl like the waves, and laughter fills the air. These celebrations are more than just events, they are heartfelt gatherings that breathe life into the rich tapestry of folklore, honoring the mythical creatures that have shaped the culture and beliefs of the Maldivian people. As villagers come together, they share stories that echo through generations, wrapping everyone in a warm embrace of nostalgia and unity. One of the most cherished festivals is the Bakuru Festival, dedicated to the legendary sea serpent that has watched over the waters for centuries. On this day, families gather at the beach, decorating their homes and boats with bright fabrics and flowers. The children, with wide eyes and eager hearts, listen to the elders recount tales of brave fishermen who encountered the Bakuru. The sea serpent is said to have both frightened and guided them, teaching valuable lessons about respect for the ocean and its mysteries. As the sun sets, the villagers set sail on decorated boats, casting their nets and chanting songs of gratitude, honoring the spirit of the Bakuru. The festival is not just about honoring the past, it's also a time for community bonding. Friends and families prepare delicious traditional dishes, sharing them with neighbors as a gesture of love and gratitude. The air is filled with the aroma of grilled fish, spicy curries, and sweet coconut treats. Stories and laughter flow freely as the villagers celebrate their connection to one another and to the mythical beings that inspire them. Another important celebration is the Kalhu festival, which pays homage to the mythical bird that symbolizes peace and harmony. During this festival, villagers create stunning crafts, imitating the bird's magnificent feathers and vibrant colors. The festival becomes a canvas for creativity, where the young and old alike showcase their artistic talents. Children eagerly participate in feather-making contests, drawing inspiration from the tales of the Kalhu, believed to carry the wishes of the people to the heavens. As night falls, the village gathers around a large bonfire. The flames dance like the Kalhu soaring through the sky, and the warmth draws everyone close together. Elders take turns telling stories, their voices resonating with emotion and wisdom. With every word, they paint vivid pictures of the Kalhu soaring above the islands, spreading messages of hope and joy. The storytelling becomes a sacred act, a way to connect the present with the past, where every listener feels a part of something greater. The significance of these festivals extends beyond mere celebration. They act as a bridge, linking the community to its cultural heritage. As the villagers dress in traditional attire, they embody the spirit of their ancestors. The act of storytelling becomes a ritual, a way to pass down wisdom and life lessons to the younger generations. Each story shared at the festival strengthens the bonds between families, creating a sense of belonging that resonates deep within their hearts. The Devi Festival also holds a special place in the Maldivian calendar. This festival celebrates the female spirits revered in folklore, honoring their strength and grace. During the festival, women dress in flowing garments adorned with flowers, embodying the beauty and resilience of the Devi. They gather in communal spaces, singing and dancing, their voices echoing through the streets. As the evening approaches, a storytelling circle forms. Women of all ages sit together, passing down tales of the Devi, who are believed to offer guidance and protection. Each story shared is like a thread, weaving a rich narrative tapestry that connects the past with the present. The power of the Devi resonates in their voices, reminding everyone of the strength that lies within. The stories tell of trials faced, of love and sacrifice, and of the blessings bestowed by these spirits. In the midst of laughter and music, one can feel the pulse of the community. The children, eager to learn, listen intently, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. They soak up the stories like sponges, understanding that these legends hold not just entertainment, but vital life lessons. As they share in the festivities, they forge a deeper connection to their heritage, knowing they too will carry these stories into the future. Throughout these celebrations, the role of storytelling takes center stage. It is not merely a recounting of tales, it is a celebration of identity, a way to honor the mythical creatures that have shaped the cultural landscape of the Maldives. Each festival brings the community together, creating an atmosphere of love and support. As the night deepens, the celebrations continue under the stars. The flickering lights and vibrant laughter create a sense of magic, enveloping the villagers in warmth. Each festival becomes a heartbeat of the community, a moment where they pause to reflect on their roots and the legends that have guided them. At the core of these festivals lies the understanding that mythology is not static. It lives and breathes through the stories shared, the laughter exchanged, and the bonds forged. Each festival serves as a reminder that the past is alive in the present, and the mythical creatures are not just figures in stories but vital parts of their identity. With every festival celebrated, the villagers ensure that the legacy of their ancestors continues, weaving the threads of folklore into the fabric of everyday life. As the dawn breaks, bringing with it the promise of a new day, the villagers carry the spirit of their celebrations in their hearts, ready to share their stories with the world. In the Maldives, folklore festivals are not just events, they are the lifeblood of the community, nourishing the soul and preserving the rich cultural heritage for generations to come. In the Maldives, the whispers of the ocean carry stories from the past, tales that bind together the threads of tradition and belief. The islands, known for their stunning beauty, have a rich tapestry of mythology woven through their culture, shaped significantly by Islamic beliefs. The arrival of Islam brought not just faith, but a new layer of understanding to the stories that people told, intertwining with local legends to create a unique blend of spirituality and tradition. As the sun rises over the turquoise waters, the sounds of morning prayers drift through the air, blending with the gentle lapping of waves against the shore. In this sacred time, when the world is still waking up, stories begin to unfold. The Maldivian people hold tightly to their roots, remembering how Islamic teachings have influenced their myths and legends. Creatures once seen only in the imagination of their ancestors have found new meaning through the lens of faith. One of the most fascinating aspects of this blend is the way Islamic texts have introduced new characters and narratives to Maldivian mythology. Stories of mythical creatures like jinn, which are prominent in Islamic tradition, resonate deeply with the people. Jinn are believed to be spiritual beings with the power to influence the human world. They are often depicted as both benevolent and malevolent, capable of offering guidance or causing mischief. In the hearts of the Maldivians, these creatures embody the duality of life, reminding them of the importance of faith and moral choices. As elders gather under the shade of palm trees, they recount tales of jinn who dwell in the mountains and seas. Children sit cross-legged, eyes wide with wonder, absorbing every word. They listen intently as stories of encounters with jinn come to life, weaving excitement and caution into their hearts. One story tells of a fisherman who, lost at sea, prayed fervently for guidance. In his desperation, he was answered by a jinn who appeared to him, offering wisdom that saved him from danger. This tale not only highlights the connection between the jinn and the community but also reinforces the importance of faith and prayer in times of need. The influence of Islamic culture on Maldivian mythology extends beyond the jinn. It has shaped how creatures are perceived and the lessons they impart. Many legends now reflect Islamic values, emphasizing virtues such as kindness, patience, and respect for nature. The concept of balance in life, echoed in Islamic teachings, finds its way into stories of mythical creatures, reminding people to live harmoniously with their surroundings. One beloved tale centers on a majestic bird known as the kalhu, believed to be a messenger between the earthly realm and the heavens. In Islamic tradition, birds are often seen as symbols of freedom and spirituality. The kalhu represents hope and renewal, soaring gracefully through the skies, guiding lost souls to safety. This connection between the kalhu and Islamic beliefs infuses the story with a deeper significance, encouraging the community to look to the skies for inspiration and solace. As the villagers gather during festivals, the influence of Islamic culture becomes even more evident. Traditional dances and songs often include verses that honor both the mythical creatures and Islamic teachings. The rhythms of drums blend with the chants of prayers, creating a harmonious celebration of life, spirituality, and tradition. The stories told during these events reinforce a sense of belonging, connecting the past with the present and ensuring that the next generation carries forward the rich heritage of their ancestors. The role of female spirits, or Devi, also reflects the Islamic influence on Maldivian mythology. These spirits are often depicted as nurturing figures, embodying the virtues of compassion and strength. In Islamic teachings, women hold a significant place, and this respect for femininity has seeped into local legends. The stories of Devi serve as reminders of the powerful women in the community, who are often seen as protectors and guides. Elders share tales of Devi who intercede for those in need, their kindness reflecting the qualities valued in both local culture and Islamic teachings. As night falls and the stars illuminate the sky, the stories continue around fires, casting flickering shadows that dance in rhythm with the tales. The Maldivian people share their legends, passing down the knowledge that has been shaped by centuries of history. Each story carries the weight of their ancestors' beliefs, enriched by the teachings of Islam. This connection creates a sense of unity among the people, where folklore and faith intertwine seamlessly. One particularly moving tale speaks of the Gavda, the sea dragon believed to protect the waters surrounding the islands. In this story, the Gavda is not just a fearsome creature but also a guardian, embodying the Islamic principle of stewardship over the earth. The villagers believe that the Gavda rewards those who respect the ocean and its creatures, while punishing those who exploit its bounty. This legend serves as a powerful reminder of the responsibility that comes with living in harmony with nature. The influence of Islamic culture on Maldivian mythology goes beyond just the creatures themselves, it shapes the very essence of the stories told. The moral lessons woven into each tale encourage the community to reflect on their actions and beliefs. The people understand that their myths carry deeper meanings, resonating with the core principles of Islam. In this way, mythology becomes a living testament to their faith, guiding their lives and reinforcing their values. As the waves crash against the shore and the night deepens, the Maldivians gather together, wrapped in warmth and connection. The stories they share become more than just words, they transform into a collective heartbeat, pulsing with the memories of their ancestors and the teachings of Islam. In this sacred space, the past and present intertwine, creating a vibrant tapestry of belief that defines their identity. Through the interplay of mythology and Islamic culture, the Maldivians continue to honor their heritage while embracing the spiritual teachings that guide their lives. The stories they tell are not mere entertainment, they are vessels of wisdom that connect the community to its roots. In every legend, there lies a truth that resonates, reminding them of their responsibilities to one another and to the world around them. As the stars twinkle above, the Maldivian people carry their myths in their hearts, knowing that these stories will live on for generations. They understand that the influence of Islamic culture has not diminished their rich traditions, but has instead enriched them, creating a beautiful blend of faith, folklore, and community. In this dance of stories and beliefs, the essence of the Maldivian spirit shines brightly, illuminating the path for those who follow. In the Maldives, where the sun kisses the sea and the waves whisper tales of the past, the stories from each atoll resonate with the echoes of history. Each island, unique in its beauty, cradles legends that breathe life into the vibrant culture of the Maldivian people. These tales speak of mythical creatures, brave souls, and the enduring spirit of a community connected by the vastness of the ocean. As the sun sets, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the elders gather on sandy shores, their voices weaving stories that drift across the islands like the gentle breeze. In every atoll, there lies a tapestry of legends, each thread colored by the distinct experiences and beliefs of its people. The tales vary, yet they share common themes of love, bravery, and the natural world that surrounds them. In the northern atolls, where the waters are a dazzling blue, the stories of the Kuta jinn float through the air like a soft lullaby. This small jinn, often depicted as a playful spirit, is said to bring good fortune to fishermen. One tale speaks of a fisherman who, on a stormy night, found himself lost at sea. Just when hope seemed dim, the Kuta jinn appeared, guiding him safely to shore. This act of kindness left a mark on the hearts of the villagers, who now honor the jinn with offerings before each fishing trip, grateful for the protection he provides. Traveling south, the Thadu Atoll presents a different tale, that of the Mahaluthru, a majestic bird known for its beautiful plumage and captivating song. The villagers believe that this bird holds the soul of a revered queen who once ruled the atoll. Every year, the community gathers to celebrate a festival in honor of the Mahaluthru, where they sing songs and dance under the moonlight, paying tribute to the spirit of the queen. The celebration brings the people together, reminding them of their shared history and the strength of their community. As we journey further to Adu Atoll, stories emerge of the Gavda, the mythical sea dragon that watches over the waters. Local fishermen tell of nights when the Gavda rises from the depths, its scales shimmering like silver under the moonlight. The legend says that the Gavda protects the atoll's marine life, punishing those who harm the ocean. One fisherman once saw the dragon rising from the waves, and in that moment, he vowed to respect the sea and its creatures. From that day forward, he became an advocate for marine conservation, sharing the tale with others to inspire them to honor the ocean as well. In the western atolls, the Faru, a creature with the body of a lion and the wings of a bird, soars through the legends. This majestic being is believed to bring rain, essential for the survival of the islands. A poignant story tells of a drought that lasted many moons, leaving the land dry and desperate. The people prayed for rain, and one night, the Faru appeared, filling the sky with its powerful roar. Rain fell like a blessing from above, rejuvenating the land. The villagers still remember that day, celebrating it with a festival that honors the Faru, showing gratitude for its gifts. In the central atolls, tales of the Devi, powerful female spirits, bring a different flavor to the legends. These spirits are said to guide and protect the women of the islands. One story recounts a Devi who helped a young mother in labor during a fierce storm. As the winds howled, the Devi appeared, providing comfort and strength, ensuring the safe arrival of the child. The mother named her daughter after the Devi, and the community continues to honor the spirit during childbirth, asking for its protection and blessings. In the Vavu Atoll, the story of the Jinn of the coral reef has captured hearts. The reef, teeming with life, is said to be guarded by a benevolent Jinn who ensures the safety of the sea creatures. One local legend speaks of a time when a boat ran aground, threatening the delicate coral. In a moment of desperation, the fishermen prayed to the Jinn, who then appeared, guiding the boat to safety. The fishermen realized that respecting the coral reef was essential for their livelihood, and now they celebrate the Jinn with rituals that honor the balance of nature. Every atoll story is a thread in the grand tapestry of Maldivian culture, where the past is cherished and the future is nurtured. These tales carry wisdom, imparting values that have been passed down through generations. In each story, there is a lesson, a reminder of the importance of community, respect for nature, and the bonds that hold people together. As night falls and stars twinkle like diamonds in the sky, the stories grow richer, filled with laughter, tears, and the deep understanding that they are part of something much larger than themselves. The voices of the elders echo along the shores, resonating in the hearts of the young, ensuring that these legends live on. Children listen, their eyes wide with wonder, while the elders smile, knowing they are passing down a precious gift. The stories are not just entertainment, they are lifelines connecting the generations, reminding everyone that they belong to a legacy filled with magic and meaning. With each telling, the legends from different atolls shape the identity of the Maldivian people. They bond over shared tales, drawing strength from the knowledge that they are part of a living, breathing history. As they look to the ocean, they remember the Kuta Jinn, the Mahaluthru, the Gavda, the Faru, and the Devi, each creature a symbol of hope, protection, and the enduring spirit of the islands. These legends inspire courage in the face of challenges, fostering a sense of unity and belonging among the people. In the Maldives, stories from every atoll weave together a rich cultural fabric, reminding everyone that, no matter where they come from, they are united by the magic of their shared history. The ocean and the land are alive with whispers of the past, nurturing the future with every wave that crashes on the shore. In the vibrant heart of the Maldives, the colors of the ocean and the whispers of the wind blend to inspire a rich tapestry of art that echoes the islanders' deep-rooted mythology. Each brushstroke, carving, and dance carries the essence of stories passed down through generations, reflecting the majestic creatures and the enchanting legends that have shaped Maldivian culture. As artists channel their emotions and experiences, they create pieces that resonate with the soul, revealing how deeply intertwined mythology is with the artistic spirit of the islands. Imagine walking through a bustling market, the air thick with the scent of salt and spices, where stalls brim with handmade crafts. Here, artisans skillfully craft intricate wooden carvings depicting the bakuru, the legendary sea serpent that slumbers beneath the waves. Each curve and line tells a story, capturing the creature's grace and power. As you run your fingers over the smooth surfaces, you can almost hear the tales of brave fishermen who encountered the bakuru during stormy nights, their lives forever changed by its presence. These carvings are more than mere decorations, they are vessels of history and emotion, binding the artist's spirit to the legends they hold dear. In the coastal villages, traditional lacquer work showcases a vibrant palette influenced by the natural world and mythological creatures. Craftsmen take pride in their unique designs, often inspired by the mahalutru, the magnificent bird said to possess the soul of a queen. Its image, rendered in vivid colors, adorns boxes and bowls, symbolizing beauty and resilience. Every item tells a story, inviting the owner to cherish the connection between art and the profound beliefs that shape their identity. When a local family gifts a beautifully crafted piece, it carries not just aesthetic value but the essence of love and respect for their heritage. Dancers, too, become living canvases, their movements echoing the rhythms of the ocean and the stories of the spirits. As the baduburu drums beat steadily, performers wear costumes adorned with motifs of mythical creatures, embodying the legends that dance through their blood. Each performance is a celebration of life, a heartfelt homage to the Devi, the guardian spirits that watch over their communities. The dancers spin and leap, weaving tales of joy and sorrow, capturing the audience's hearts and immersing them in a world where the past is alive and breathing. The influence of mythology extends to the thundukuthunu, a traditional form of storytelling that combines music, dance, and drama. In these performances, actors depict the Gavda, the mystical sea dragon, whose legend serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between nature and humanity. As the actors don vibrant costumes, the audience watches in awe, transported to a time when the Gavda ruled the seas. The rhythmic chants and movements create a powerful connection, allowing the audience to feel the weight of the stories and their relevance in today's world. Each tale not only entertains but imparts wisdom about respect for the ocean and the importance of community. Even the vibrant fishing nets that local fishermen use are not just tools, they are adorned with colorful patterns inspired by the beauty of the ocean and its legends. The design might reflect the grace of the Faru, the mythical rainbringer, whose spirit is believed to bless the fishermen with bountiful catches. Each knot and weave holds a prayer, a hope for safety and abundance. When the fishermen cast their nets, they do so with a heart full of gratitude, honoring the myths that protect them. The influence of mythology in Maldivian art is a bridge between the past and present, connecting generations through shared stories and experiences. In homes and galleries, you can find paintings that illustrate the enchanting beauty of the siren, a captivating figure that lures sailors with her song. Artists capture the moment where reality meets fantasy, bringing to life the delicate balance between allure and danger. These pieces spark conversations, igniting the imagination of all who view them, reminding them of the tales that have shaped their ancestors' lives. Art workshops flourish, where young Maldivians learn traditional crafts from their elders, fostering a sense of pride and continuity. As they mold clay into shapes that echo their myths, they feel a connection to their heritage, understanding that they are the keepers of these stories. The laughter and joy shared in these spaces create a nurturing environment, where the love for mythology fuels creativity and innovation. With each piece created, the younger generation breathes new life into the legends, ensuring that they will resonate for years to come. Exhibitions celebrating Maldivian art often feature installations that immerse visitors in the ocean's embrace. The artists use light and sound to replicate the underwater world, where mythical creatures swim and dance. Viewers are invited to experience the magic of the sea, feeling the pulse of the waves and the whispers of the spirits. These moments remind them of the importance of preserving their culture and the beauty that lies within their stories. As night falls and the stars illuminate the sky, the spirit of creativity flourishes in every corner of the Maldives. Art becomes a reflection of the people's love for their homeland, their legends, and their dreams. Through every artistic expression, the Maldivian identity is woven together, celebrating the beauty of mythical creatures and their powerful influence on traditional crafts and performances. Each creation becomes a testament to the stories that bind the community, igniting pride and reminding everyone that they are part of something much larger than themselves. In the Maldives, the heart of mythology beats strongly, vibrant, and alive. From the delicate carvings to the rhythmic dances, the islanders embrace their history, telling tales of love, bravery, and the eternal bond between humanity and nature. Each piece of art serves as a reminder that the myths will continue to inspire generations to come, guiding them as they navigate the waters of life with the wisdom of their ancestors. In a world where ancient myths meet the vibrant pulse of contemporary culture, Maldivian folklore is being reimagined in ways that ignite the imagination and stir the soul. The myths of the islands, once whispered in the hushed tones of elders by flickering lantern light, are now alive on screens, in books, and through striking art. This modern reinterpretation allows the rich tapestry of Maldivian legends to flourish, touching hearts and inspiring creativity in a new generation. As the sun sets over the turquoise waters, the sound of laughter and excitement fills the air as filmmakers gather to bring Maldivian stories to life. Directors and writers draw inspiration from the enchanting creatures of the sea and land, crafting films that capture the essence of the bakuru, the majestic sea serpent, and the mahu, the elusive merman. These stories weave together the fabric of human experience, exploring themes of love, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. One film, in particular, stirs the emotions of its viewers, recounting a tale of a young fisherman who befriends the mahu while battling the challenges of life at sea. As the fisherman learns the depths of the mahu's world, he discovers that love knows no boundaries and that the ocean holds secrets that can change destinies. This heartfelt narrative strikes a chord with audiences, reminding them of the power of connection, the fragility of dreams, and the beauty of embracing the unknown. Beyond the silver screen, literature flourishes as writers pen novels and short stories inspired by Maldivian myths. These tales often feature strong characters who confront mythical beings, like the enchanting Devi spirits that protect their lands. Each story serves as a portal to another world, inviting readers to experience the struggles and triumphs of characters who must navigate the challenges posed by the supernatural. The pages are filled with emotion, drawing readers into adventures that echo the timeless themes of loyalty and courage. One captivating novel follows the journey of a young girl who learns about her heritage through the stories of her ancestors. With each chapter, she faces the trials of growing up while uncovering the wisdom of the Gavda, the sea dragon, and the lessons it imparts about resilience and hope. As she reads, she finds strength in the tales, understanding that the spirits of her people walk alongside her, guiding her through life's challenges. Readers feel her joy and heartache, connecting with the characters on a personal level as they reflect on their own journeys. Art, too, has embraced the influence of mythology, with contemporary artists reinterpreting legendary creatures in bold and innovative ways. In galleries, striking paintings depict the siren with vibrant colors and intricate patterns, capturing her allure and danger. These pieces draw viewers in, allowing them to feel the weight of the ocean's mysteries and the magnetic pull of the unknown. Each brushstroke reveals the artist's deep connection to the myths, expressing emotions that resonate with everyone who gazes upon them. Street art has emerged as another powerful medium, where murals celebrate Maldivian legends in dynamic and accessible ways. Large, colorful images of the faru, the rainbringer bird, soar across walls, reminding the community of the beauty that surrounds them. As passers-by stop to admire the art, they are transported back to the stories told by their grandparents, reigniting a sense of pride in their cultural heritage. These murals create conversations and foster connections, blending the past with the present in a vibrant celebration of identity. Music, too, has become a vital force in modern interpretations of mythology. Contemporary musicians weave traditional rhythms with modern sounds, creating melodies that echo the tales of mythical creatures. One song, inspired by the legend of the manta ray, tells the story of its graceful movements through the ocean, celebrating its beauty while also warning of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface. The hauntingly beautiful lyrics resonate with listeners, reminding them of the delicate balance of life and the need to respect the creatures that share our world. Social media has played a pivotal role in this cultural revival, allowing young Maldivians to share their interpretations of folklore with the world. Artists and writers showcase their work, gaining recognition for their contributions to the rich tapestry of Maldivian mythology. Online platforms serve as spaces for dialogue and collaboration, where stories are shared, reimagined, and celebrated, breathing new life into age-old legends. As the modern world embraces these mythical tales, it fosters a deeper appreciation for the wisdom they carry. The stories of the Kalhu, the mythical bird, and the siren serve not just as entertainment but as reminders of our connection to nature and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. Through films, literature, and art, these narratives find new audiences, rekindling interest in the profound lessons they impart. Every encounter with these modern interpretations evokes emotions that range from joy to nostalgia. They resonate with the struggles and dreams of today's youth, offering them a sense of belonging in a world that sometimes feels disconnected. As they engage with these stories, they find comfort in knowing that they are part of a larger narrative, one that stretches across time and space. The heart of Maldivian mythology beats strong in the hands of contemporary creators, who breathe life into the past while shaping the future. These artists, filmmakers, and writers remind us that while the world evolves, the essence of these tales remains unchanged. They capture the beauty of life's complexities, illuminating the paths we walk and the legends we carry within us. In this vibrant tapestry of culture, Maldivian folklore is not just a relic of the past, it is a living, breathing entity that continues to inspire and connect people. As myths transform and evolve, they weave together the threads of tradition and innovation, forging a bond between generations and celebrating the rich heritage that defines the Maldives. In the gentle embrace of the Maldives, the waves tell stories as they lap against the shores, stories that echo the history of the islands and the hearts of its people. Yet, today, these tales are filled with an urgent sense of change and loss. The beauty of the islands faces the harsh reality of climate change, and with it, the ancient myths that once provided comfort and guidance are evolving to reflect these modern challenges. Once upon a time, the sea was a source of life and abundance. Fishermen cast their nets into the crystal waters, singing songs passed down through generations. The Devi, the female spirits of the ocean, were said to bless the waters with bountiful catches, guiding the boats safely home. But as the tides shift and the coral reefs bleach, the laughter of children playing along the shore fades into silence. The songs of the fishermen now carry a heavy weight, intertwined with fear for the future. As the waters rise, the once sturdy shores begin to erode. Families who have lived in their homes for generations watch helplessly as their lands vanish before their eyes. The stories of the Mahu, the mythical mermen who protected the seas, now take on a bittersweet tone. They are no longer just figures of folklore, but symbols of what is at stake. People share tales of how the Mahu once danced with joy in clear waters, but now they are said to weep for the lost beauty of their ocean home. The laughter that once rang through the islands is now replaced by whispers of worry. In this landscape of uncertainty, the myths are adapting, too. No longer are they solely about the beauty of the ocean, they now weave in themes of loss, resilience, and the urgent need for harmony with nature. The people of the Maldives are storytellers, and their stories are changing in response to the realities they face. New legends emerge, where the Bakuru, the great sea serpent, no longer represents just power and protection, but also a warning of the storms to come, symbolizing the fierce and unpredictable nature of the changing climate. The community gathers to listen to elders recount these evolving tales, their faces lit by flickering lanterns. The children sit wide-eyed, absorbing every word. One story tells of a young girl who befriends a dying coral reef. She learns from the Gavda, the sea dragon, that the reef is not just a home for fish, but a living being that needs care and respect. Through her love and determination, she rejuvenates the reef, teaching her village about the importance of protecting their environment. This story resonates deeply, inspiring action and awareness among the listeners. In another tale, a family finds themselves in the path of rising waters. The Faru, a mythical bird known for bringing rain, flies over their home and transforms into a guiding light. It leads them to safety, teaching them to adapt and find new ways of living. This narrative ignites a spark of hope, encouraging the community to come together and find solutions. The transformation of these stories fosters a sense of agency, reminding the people that they can shape their destiny even in the face of overwhelming challenges. Art reflects these changing beliefs, too. Artists paint murals that capture the beauty of the ocean alongside its fragility. Vibrant colors depict mythical creatures, but alongside them are images of coral reefs and rising tides. This fusion of old and new draws attention to the urgent need for environmental awareness. One mural, in particular, shows the manta ray, gliding gracefully through polluted waters, its face full of sorrow. Viewers are left with a feeling of deep empathy, a reminder that every creature in the ocean feels the impact of human actions. Music is also transforming, echoing the collective fears and hopes of the people. Contemporary musicians write songs that incorporate traditional melodies while addressing climate change. The lyrics tell of the deep connection between the people and the sea, expressing the sorrow of what is being lost and the determination to fight for a better future. One haunting ballad describes the cries of the ocean as a metaphor for the cries of the community, urging listeners to take action before it is too late. The storytelling doesn't stop at the borders of the islands, it reaches the world beyond. As Maldivians share their experiences and stories, they connect with global movements fighting for climate action. Social media platforms serve as stages for these narratives, allowing the voices of the islands to resonate far and wide. The myths become a part of a larger conversation, merging with stories from other cultures facing similar challenges. This shared sense of struggle strengthens their resolve, and they are no longer alone in their fight. The legends of the Maldives are alive, evolving in response to the changing world. They provide not only a mirror reflecting the struggles of the people, but also a beacon of hope. As the tales of the kalhu, the mythical bird, and the siren adapt, they remind the community that their heritage is a source of strength. The songs and stories become calls to action, urging everyone to protect the land and sea, to honor the spirits of the past while forging a sustainable future. In this dance between myth and reality, the people of the Maldives find their voices, and their folklore becomes a powerful tool for change. Each story tells of love for the ocean, the beauty of nature, and the urgent need to protect it. They are reminders that even in the face of despair, there is always hope, and the human spirit is capable of incredible resilience. The stories may change, but the heart of Maldivian mythology remains steadfast, a deep, abiding love for the land and sea, echoing through the ages, inviting all to listen and act before the tides of time wash them away. The sun sets over the Maldives, casting a golden hue over the tranquil waters, and the gentle breeze carries whispers of ancient stories. These tales have been passed down through generations, woven into the very fabric of the islands. Yet, as time moves forward, the urgency to preserve these oral traditions grows stronger. The fear of losing these precious stories to the tides of change grips the hearts of many. In a small village, elders gather under the shade of a towering coconut tree, its fronds swaying softly. They tell stories that echo through the ages, voices rich with emotion. Each tale they share carries the weight of history, speaking of mythical creatures like the mahu and the gavda. These stories are more than just entertainment, they are the essence of their identity. Each word spoken carries the hope that the younger generation will listen, remember, and carry the torch forward. But the world is changing, and the hustle of modern life often drowns out these important voices. Children are increasingly drawn to screens, spending less time with their elders. The art of storytelling, once a vibrant part of their daily lives, is at risk of fading away. The thought of losing these tales, the wisdom of their ancestors, brings tears to the eyes of those who remember the magic of listening to stories under the stars. In response to this challenge, passionate individuals are rising up, determined to keep these traditions alive. Community gatherings are organized, where families come together to share stories, songs, and dances. They gather in circles, sharing laughter and tears, reminding each other of the importance of their heritage. Children sit wide-eyed, captivated by the tales of the Devi and the adventures of the kalhu, feeling a deep connection to their roots. Schools are also becoming beacons of hope for preservation. Teachers incorporate traditional stories into the curriculum, weaving them into lessons about history and culture. Through engaging activities, students learn not only the stories but also the values they embody: courage, respect, and love for nature. Lessons about the siren teach them about the beauty and danger of the sea, while the tale of the two brothers illustrates the importance of sacrifice and brotherhood. Each story becomes a thread that connects the students to their identity, making them proud of their heritage. In some villages, a storytelling festival has become an annual tradition, drawing families from near and far. Children and adults alike take turns sharing their favorite myths, their voices echoing across the sand. The atmosphere is filled with excitement as performers enact the tales, bringing the characters to life. The community gathers in joy, celebrating their culture while ensuring that the next generation understands its significance. Local artists also play a vital role in this preservation. They create beautiful crafts and artworks inspired by the myths, using traditional techniques that have been handed down through generations. These pieces tell stories without words, allowing the viewer to feel the emotions behind each creation. Every painting of a manta ray or a faru captures the spirit of the legends, reminding people of their beauty and significance. Visitors to the islands are drawn to these artworks, sparking conversations about the stories behind them, further spreading awareness and appreciation. But the challenge of preservation does not rest solely on the shoulders of the community. Organizations dedicated to cultural preservation work tirelessly to document these oral traditions. They record the elders' stories, creating archives that will stand the test of time. These recordings become resources for schools and libraries, allowing the magic of storytelling to reach beyond the islands. Documenting these tales is not just about saving words, it is about preserving the heart and soul of the Maldivian people. The blend of technology and tradition is becoming a lifeline. Some young Maldivians are using social media platforms to share their stories with the world. Through short videos, they showcase the beauty of their culture, bridging the gap between generations. The challenge is not merely to preserve, it is to evolve, making the stories accessible and relevant to young audiences while respecting their roots. The creativity and enthusiasm of the youth breathe new life into these age-old tales, ensuring that they resonate with future generations. Yet, amid these efforts, there remains a sense of urgency. Each day that passes brings with it the risk of losing another story, another piece of history. The elders feel the weight of time pressing upon them, knowing that they are the last guardians of these tales. Their voices tremble with emotion as they share their hopes for the future. They dream of a world where their grandchildren will gather around them, just as they did, eager to learn and listen. One evening, as the sun dips below the horizon, a group of children sits at the feet of an elder, captivated by his voice. He speaks of the curse of the coral reef, a tale that warns of the dangers of neglecting nature. As he weaves his narrative, the children's eyes widen, understanding the importance of protecting their environment. The elder smiles, knowing that in this moment, the cycle of storytelling continues. He feels a spark of hope ignite in his heart, knowing that the stories will not fade into darkness. The challenge of preserving oral traditions and myths is one that demands commitment and love. It calls upon the community to come together, to share, teach, and nurture the stories that define them. Each effort made, whether through festivals, education, or artistic expression, is a step toward keeping these tales alive. They are not just stories, they are the heartbeat of a culture, a lifeline to the past, and a guide for the future. In every whispered tale, there is a reminder that the essence of their identity must be cherished and shared so that it may endure for generations to come. Across the vast oceans and rolling waves, myths and stories flutter like the wings of seabirds, connecting cultures and hearts. The Maldives, with its enchanting tales of mythical creatures, holds threads that weave through the fabric of global folklore. As people share their stories, it becomes clear that beneath the surface, there are common themes that resonate across continents, revealing a shared human experience. Take the beloved tale of the Mahu, a guardian spirit of the sea, known for its wisdom and strength. This mythical figure finds echoes in other cultures, where guardian spirits watch over communities, guiding them through the stormy seas of life. In the Pacific Islands, stories of the Tanawa, powerful water spirits, share striking similarities. Both the Mahu and Tanawa symbolize protection and serve as a reminder of the delicate relationship between humans and nature. Just as Maldivians respect the Mahu, acknowledging its power, the people of the Pacific honor their Tanawa, maintaining a balance with the natural world. Such stories are not just reflections of nature but also mirrors of human emotions and values. Across various cultures, mythical creatures often embody traits that communities aspire to. For example, the graceful Kalhu, a creature said to bless fishermen with abundance, connects deeply with tales of mermaids in Western folklore. These enchanting beings, known for luring sailors with their beauty and songs, often symbolize the duality of attraction and danger. In both cases, they remind us of the fine line between nature's bounty and its peril, teaching respect for the oceans and their mysteries. As myths journey through time and across borders, they intertwine, leading to vibrant exchanges of ideas. The Devi, the female spirit in Maldivian folklore, finds her counterparts in stories from the Middle East, such as the Jinn. Both figures embody complex dualities, representing both good and evil. They challenge the characters in their stories, leading to moral lessons about choices, consequences, and the power of the unseen. These narratives, despite their differences, emphasize the importance of wisdom and intuition in navigating life's challenges. Communities across the globe have also created tales around nature's majestic beings, like the mighty Gavda, a sea dragon that symbolizes strength and courage. This creature mirrors the legends of dragons found in many cultures, from European tales of fire-breathing beasts to the wise dragons of Chinese folklore. Each culture shapes the dragon according to its values, whether as a fierce protector or a benevolent guardian. Such shared themes resonate with audiences, tapping into deep-seated emotions and fears, forging connections between diverse peoples. As storytellers pass down these legends, they become vessels of cultural exchange. The Maldives has historically been a crossroads of trade and travel, inviting influences from distant lands. The introduction of Islamic beliefs into local mythology is a poignant example. Stories of mythical creatures have intertwined with Islamic teachings, creating a rich tapestry of folklore that speaks to both the past and present. For instance, the presence of creatures like the siren, not merely a seductive being but also a harbinger of fate, reflects a fusion of ideas that illustrates the resilience of culture in the face of change. In modern times, these interconnected tales inspire contemporary artists and creators. Literature, film, and art pull from the well of mythology, showcasing the shared narratives that cross cultural boundaries. Authors often blend elements from different myths, crafting stories that resonate with universal themes of love, sacrifice, and redemption. A Maldivian tale may inspire a writer in India, while a film about a European legend could spark the imagination of an artist in the Maldives. These exchanges celebrate diversity while highlighting the common threads that unite us. Festivals and celebrations further embody this cross-cultural exchange. In the Maldives, traditional events often incorporate elements from various myths, showcasing not only local stories but also tales from neighboring cultures. Dancers perform, draped in costumes inspired by the Faru, celebrating the rich heritage that shapes their identity. These festivals invite participation, fostering understanding and appreciation for different backgrounds. As people gather to share stories, laughter, and joy, the boundaries between cultures blur, creating a vibrant tapestry of human connection. Travelers who journey to the Maldives find themselves enchanted not only by the beauty of the islands, but also by the depth of its stories. They come seeking sun-soaked beaches, but they leave with tales that linger in their hearts. The hospitality of the Maldivian people creates a space for dialogue, allowing visitors to engage with the myths that define the culture. When a local shares the story about the curse of the coral reef, it becomes more than just a tale, it becomes a lesson in conservation, respect, and harmony with nature. Through this exchange of stories and ideas, the Maldives contributes to a broader understanding of humanity's shared experience. Each myth serves as a bridge, connecting individuals across distances, allowing them to see reflections of themselves and others. When we share stories, we create bonds that transcend language and geography. It is in these moments of connection that we realize the power of mythology, to inspire, to teach, and to unite. As the sun sets over the shimmering waters of the Maldives, the air fills with the sounds of laughter and storytelling. Each tale carries the weight of history, offering insights into the hearts of those who share them. In this beautiful dance of mythology, the world becomes smaller, filled with echoes of shared experiences and emotions. The stories of the Maldives resonate far beyond its shores, intertwining with the myths of countless cultures, reminding us that we are all part of a larger narrative. In the end, it is the stories that bring us together, weaving a rich tapestry of shared humanity that endures through time.